Stampede! DJ Ham the Stamp. DJ Ham the Stamp.
Yo, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, and tell a friend. Hit the like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. Women's POV, we in the building. So say what's popping?
Hey y'all, hey, another Tuesday. I'm in the building. How's everybody?
Everybody good?
Perfect. Wow.
How's the grind?
Grind is continuous, but good. Very rewarding.
Indeed, man.
Perfect.
You do virtual consults, right?
Virtual who now?
Like virtual parties or consults? The things
Oh,
y'all do?
yes.
Yeah, man, get in touch with Coach Tay, man, if you got some growing to do in the bedroom.
Perfect.
From conversations we have, I realize most of y'all niggas is still doing it. Y'all not really effing like that. Most of y'all still popping your Johnson through your boxers.
Perfect.
Most of y'all saying ill when it's too much spit. Get with Coach Tay. PleasurePlug.fun.
Wow.
I ain't talking to you, bro. Don't worry about it. Salute. Aaliyah, what's popping?
Going on?
How you? Everything golden? It's cold, huh?
Yeah, I'm good. It's a little cold out here. No, it's not a little bit cold. It is cold. It just snowed yesterday and it's gonna snow again tomorrow. It's just too much snow and it's pissing me off. I'm ready for the summertime.
Yo, I'm telling you, man. You know what the irony about it is? The longer the winter is, the colder the summer is. If you don't get it, you won't get it. You ever notice that? When it's a long winter, niggas get outside, boy. If you don't get it, you won't get it. Christiana was good.
Everything is good. I got a new album coming out March, so I'm excited.
Okay. Perfect. It's on Apple.
It's on everything.
On everything. Yo, put the link in the back, man, so we can get ready for it. It's in March, you said?
Yeah.
Like March 2nd, like this week, or?
So it's probably gonna be mid-March.
Okay.
But if it's mastered and everything soon, then hopefully it'll be that first week. But
Perfect.
Do any singles out on it already?
Oh yeah. If you look me up online or even if you Google my name, you'll see all kinds of stuff pop up about me.
I'm saying for the new album though, is there already singles released?
No singles have been released. Just a teaser for one of the songs on the album.
Or so is that because you know, like for instance, like any artist will release something, so all the other songs will be grayed out, but the single will be white, like you could click on it.
Yeah. No, we just left. We just did a teaser just to draw anticipation.
Okay. Well, put the link in the back so we can circulate it and all that. You know what I mean?
Definitely, sure
will, man. Also, please follow the ladies. You see Aaliyah's name. You got the sexy Belizean or whatever the hell. Krishana _music. Let's get it. 50 people in the building so far. Please hit the like button. It should be 50 likes. Relly was popping.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Goody.
You know why I'm here? So I don't get fined, you know?
Hey, you looking a little blurry.
Me?
Yeah, it's a little bit like you don't have much of a delay, but you like an old Chinese karate movie.
All right, let me reset.
Yeah. Wrestle was popping. Why are you trying to look innocent?
I am innocent.
Stop the cap.
You're not. Hey, that now let me say something to you. That V-neck now. All right.
It won't slip, I promise. It ain't going nowhere.
Just let you know I know. Okay.
Yeah, can I tell you what the most stressful part of my Tuesdays are? Trying to figure out what I'm going to wear to POV that won't reveal nothing. That's the most stressful part of my Tuesday.
Perfect.
Why?
Like I could hear you in my mind talking about. I could see your shoulder. I'm like, oh my god.
That's what he wants. That's exactly what he wants.
I don't want to see none of that, man. Hey, Aaliyah got the. Let me see that Vaseline. You got the Ma got me dressed Vaseline. That's the Vaseline where Ma stand behind you. You know how they used to put lotion, but she got to stand behind you because you be.
She just wilding you up, just yeah.
Millie rock on your shit. You be trying not to.
Just wilding you up.
That's what's up, man. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. We got 60 people in the building. Please hit the like button. The women's POV. We are here.
Perfect.
Women's POV, a place to be heard. When it's POV, I need a word with my girls. When it's POV, Tuesday nights trying to get it right. It's just real point of views from real women's lives now. Women ladies, put the kids to bed and pull up a seat. We don't judge, come up, just say what's up before you speak. Tuesday night, this night, this might be risky every week. So let your head down, pour the wine up and get ready for the tea. It's a different outlook, trying to find out what is missing. DJ HAMP gon' let you cook to edify and not to burn down the kitchen. Relationships, kids, new women just so one, don't judge. Girl, we listening, don't judge. Yeah, girl, we listening, don't judge. Cause girls just wanna fight and women just wanna have fun. When women's POV, I need a word with my girls. When women's POV, Tuesday nights trying to get it right. It's just real point of views from real women's lives now.
I like that shit, fo.
So the Tokyo Phone in the building who made that wonderful tune for us. If you need one for yourself, your show, your stream, your morning wake up, hit Fo up. If you don't got his contact, hit me up. I'll get you in touch with him. Get it popping. You heard? You know what I mean? Salute to all the content creators. Way to be creative, man. Salute the ladies in the building. How you say? Boogie? Budgie? Is it Budgie?
Boogie.
Boogie was popping. The $5 says for the good conversation tonight. Thank you, Krishana. Indeed.
No problem.
Blessing DJ HAMP, Aaliyah, for the time she speaks up for the men. All right. So, there's a few more ladies that'll be joining, but let's get it popping, you know? We often talking about conversations, right? And the divide amongst our people, specifically the men and women, you know? And I try to look at things in terms of what can we control? What things are tangible? What are more intangible things? Even like an epigenetic thing. Like, let's say trauma is indeed passed down, right? You have to deal with that in a different way, right? If you do believe in epigenetics, you know? But like what people are being taught and then what they perpetuate. So one thing that we constantly talk about, but in a roundabout way, but we will address it on certain streams, is like the disposition, you know? The sentiment is that our women, the disposition is overwhelmingly negative or standoffish or the like the RBF face, right? You know, and it's like a jacket that y'all wearing. So I'm trying to figure out, is it deserved? And if so, what can we do to be cognizant and change it? There was a comment to Miss Jilly on the day show on this show that Sherelle and I do on every Tuesday, right? And she said, why do they have to act like that is the better question, right? So there was an inference, or she implied, right? It's because of how they're being treated how the men are treating them, how the world treats them, so on and so forth, right? Miss Jilly can further expound. I don't know if she here yet, but she can further expound if she heard me, right? But that comment caught my attention at the end of the show. It was like one of the last 5 comments from today's show, you know? But we constantly talk about this. Like we really do talk about attitude. A word I like to use is countenance, right? But disposition, I think, is probably more popular, you know? But you can tell, per the Bible, you can tell a man by his countenance, right? You can tell a person by their countenance how they move, right? Like if a man is overly flamboyant, right? How he moving in the earth, you make an assumption. You know, if a man got a snarl on his face, you make an assumption. If she got an RBF, you make an assumption. And now people don't have an opportunity to prove you wrong because that first impression is already there. Now you take that and extrapolate that. The first impression for y'all, everybody, but we talking about the women today, was BT. Now it's Instagram. Now it's social media, right? So you are the girl that put her ass on the sink. Whether you like it, understand it, accept it, believe it or not. We tend to shine both positive and negative lights on each other. When people walk by me, they do the old school. Well, they used to do the old school shit, clutch their purse. Guess what? When I see a bunch of black boys walking towards me, do I think about it? Yeah, I do kind of perk my ears up, you know, right? Then I say, "What's up, little niggas? Oh, what's up, OG? All right, you know." When I see a bunch of white boys, I don't give a fuck, right? In that way, right? You know what I mean? So like your disposition, how you show up in the earth matters. You know, there's often a sentiment where it's like, oh, I could turn that off. I don't act like this outside. You shit me? Stevie Wonder could see you act like that. There's no way you can be absolutely positively different. Eventually, you are gonna resonate in the earth the same way you resonate on a panel, right? It's only right. It's a matter of fact. You know, there's a thing about that men want alpha personalities for men, right? You know, or they say a thing like, "Oh, I want him to be mean to everybody else except me." Fuck out of here. If you don't think that mean is gonna come your way sooner or later, that's unrealistic. You know, it just is what it is, right? And there's levels to it, you know, but we just want to be honest. So, can we control the disposition that we present? I'm gonna show y'all this video, and this person is upset because she didn't receive any help. You know, but look at how she talking about it, right? And I want to get y'all thoughts on it. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. Excuse me. That helps the channel the most. Did you guys see this? So apparently it seems like she's a delivery driver, but not over the road. Seems like she trucks for some type of supply chain, but I think it's like daily deliveries, daily offloads to different warehouses and such. I could be wrong.
Dear warehouse man, please let me explain to y'all how fucking annoying and creepy it is for y'all to fucking sit there and watch a bitch unload her whole motherfucking truck. Like, that's so fucking annoying to me. That is creepy. Like, you just literally stand there and watch me. Literally watch me unload my truck and you're just standing there. And then whatever other truck drivers are in the bays next to me come over there and stand and watch me. Now I feel like a fucking circus freak show because y'all are watching me unload my goddamn truck instead of fucking helping. Like, what kind of men are y'all? That shit blows me. It blows me. Do y'all want to hold small talk? Bitch, I'm working. I don't want to talk about how long I've been driving and do I fucking like it. Y'all
so there's a video out right.
Dear warehouse.
Y'all want to see it again? You're good? They can't hear you nodding, just FYI.
Yeah, I'm good.
So there's a couple things, right, that you can assess and analyze. What I'm looking at is how she coming across. You know, one thing I understand it because I've been hearing it because I grew up in the culture. when y'all be calling yourselves a bitch and the woman across from you a bitch, right? And watch a bitch unload her truck, that kind of makes sense. I would watch a bitch unload her truck, as she so eloquently stated. Right? Like the irony, I guess, is my point.
No, yeah, I think the way she like, I feel like she was saying, she said that they was trying to hold small talk. I was just thinking like, did he even ask for help? Like, she was already assuming they would just help her just because. Like, if you wanted help, you could have asked for help. And then if they said nah, or they wasn't really trying to help you, then I guess you can make a video like, oh, they're weird. I don't get the whole like creepy thing that she was talking about. Like, I didn't get that.
Yo, that's the thing though. You offload your see, here's the other thing, Aaliyah, and I think she knows this, you know. It depends on what warehouse, it depends on, there's a whole lot of things like, you know, who can unload your truck, like it's almost like jurisdiction too. And then there's insurance things, et cetera, et cetera. Now people will break those thresholds and help, you know, but let me show you this, right? And this is the thing about the selective nature, you know, just in what you're saying. We're gonna address it a little bit, but I'm mainly focused on how she recorded that video, you know.
Like how she
But
was speaking, like her tone, like
how
her.
she was speaking, jumping in the truck, right? But just so you can get the full picture, because I saw this video as well, right? Not just you, everybody, you know. So here's some commentary, and then look. Hold on. I thought this one has, oh, there it goes. All right, so look at this, right?
A female truck driver completely snapped while unloading cargo at a warehouse. She was doing the work alone while a group of men stood around outside, walking, watching, not helping.
Because y'all are watching me unload my.
Now you notice she's recording herself doing it, right? She's literally making content out of doing it, you know? But now selectively you want to take exception because this is a day you was tired. When you literally showing off the fact that you are unloading these trucks by yourself. Not to mention, I don't mean no harm, but once it go up on a fucking pallet jack, it ain't that heavy. Like just because I don't know if people ever worked a pallet jack before. You know?
I worked with one before. I mean, I get it.
Goddamn truck instead of fucking helping. Like, what kind of men are y'all? That shit blows me.
To her, it didn't feel like job duties. It felt like being stared at, ignored, and treated like a show instead of a worker. She said it was uncomfortable and disrespectful. But the comments exploded immediately. A lot of people fired back and said, "This is the job you signed up for. Unloading is part of being a driver. No one stopped you. No one forced you to do it alone. Not helping doesn't mean they owe you anything." Others went even harder and said, "Equality doesn't mean people jump in and do your work for you. If you can do the job, you do the job." So now that's the real argument. Is this about disrespect or is it about work boundaries? Was she being treated unfairly or did she turn "no one helped me" into a gender issue? Comment section, say it straight. A female.
So it's interesting, you know. I'm kind of focused on another thing, right? Where they say I have to step up and play and do these roles, these jobs, right? Said no man ever, why them niggas in the warehouse ain't help me unload my truck. You know?
She signed up for the job. I'm trying to figure out what is her issue. Didn't she know what she was going to be doing when she signed up for the job, when she went through the training? This shouldn't be a shock to her. The only thing that I could see her getting annoyed about is being asked every minute, how do you like being a female truck driver? How do you like it? How long you been doing it? I could see that being annoying, but the expectation of other people stopping what they're doing to help her out, I mean, this is the job you signed up for.
But also, they were also probably looking at you record yourself. If you have videos of you doing the work, so you had to set that up. So they're probably looking at that. And you're not, well, I don't think she's an ugly girl, so they're probably looking at how pretty you are. Like,
Right.
nobody was disrespectful to her. I feel like
Right.
her message was very disrespectful, and I just don't understand what she's upset about.
Right.
You're doing your job. That's just like the water cooler, right? Like, they just gonna hang around
Right.
and watch you do your job. Like, they're not gonna offer to do it for you.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And
I'm confused.
I guess I would say that maybe the expectation was misplaced. I'm not sure if the people that she was unloading for, if they all worked together. But if they didn't work together and it was, her job duty, then she's expected to do it. I think that there's a possibility, since we're talking about disposition, and if there weren't anything that was like written saying that they can't help her, I think that maybe if she had a different disposition, they probably would have been more willing to help her.
Okay. That's the take in itself. Maybe they noticed, right? Uninviting, negative disposition, right? Huffing
Right.
and puffing, sucking your teeth. Ain't nobody going over there with that.
Right.
But they were going over there, because then they're asking her the questions such as how long you've been doing this, how you like it. So
They
they're
weren't.
going over there. They're just not helping.
Yo, Crescent, they
Yeah,
weren't.
but I think it's niche. I think it's a rage bait
Mhm.
for the most part.
Mhm.
First of all, it's niche to unload your own freight. First of all, the insurance on the freight, they don't even trust the drivers to do it. There's lumper fees. There's actually lumpers who do it. Lumpers are unloaders. They don't work for the warehouse or trucking companies. You have to pay lumpers. There's lumper companies who do it, right? So the majority of the time, freight is 90% no touch. So people
That
who
ain't.
touch freight, they're signing up to touch freight. So to come with the entitlement that somebody should help you get your freight is insane. And if majority of women use an electric pallet jack if they're on a consistent daily basis, dragging out their own freight. I don't even think it's rude for truckers to ask you. That's a common thing. Like, I don't understand any. She must be new to trucking, but you sit in a truck 24 hours by yourself. Most truck drivers are social when they see other truckers. It's common to ask, how long have you been driving? Where are you headed? Different things like that. It's not intrusive. It's not rude. It's just common decency. That's what we talk about. It's most likely a rage bait. If it's not a rage bait, it's just entitlement, because 90% of freight that goes around the world, even in other countries, is no touch.
Yeah.
That's what
It's
I
a
wonder.
very niche thing that you do. Yeah,
This
it's
is
very
local.
niche. Majority of companies have lumpers.
Yeah, but this is local, really. She ain't doing what you did.
Right? Even the locals, right? So when we go to Walmart, we're not allowed to touch Walmart product. They have to drag it off. But when it comes to the truck and lifting up the things, we have to do that. So a lot of times the person having to be liable. So if you have to unload it, they cannot help you. Because if they break something, they'll be liable for it. So most people won't help you because they'll be liable for it. So if it's up to you, you the one that have to do it. So I don't understand why the entitlement will come.
Yeah, no, 100%. You spitting all facts, right? Now her presentation though, that shit it just like is she pretty in you guys' estimation?
I thought she was pretty. I thought she was a nice looking lady.
Yeah, she's
But
all right.
when she starts to talking, I'm like, yo, sit your ugly ass down. Like
And she a truck driver.
immediately.
So if you a 4 in truck driving, you a 8. Because
Well,
there's not a lot of women. So
what I'm saying is, bro, she was pretty until she opened her mouth. Like
It
I
took away
really,
attractiveness. Yes.
and she's so pretty. I don't understand why would she paint truck drivers to be like that. Because truck drivers are some of the most courteous people. They will literally back your truck up for you. They will pump your gas for you. They will sweep out your truck for you. They are like some of the most helpful people. When my
yeah,
truck caught on fire, there was 6 men before I could even get out of my truck with their fire extinguishers putting out the thing. I went to the diner to eat. By the time it was time for me to check out, somebody had already paid for my food without
wow.
even telling me anything. Just paid for it and left.
Because truck drivers are generous, just kind people. We're kind to each other.
I'm glad you. Next time we go somewhere, I'm leaving my wallet at the fucking house. Thank you for telling me.
You gotta be a trucker. You gotta
No,
understand. In the world,
right.
we be
Just imagine I'm a trucker. Just imagine, picture me as a trucker. What you got to do? I'm trying to hear
Hey,
that
somebody
shit.
might pay for you, Hemp.
No,
You used to be handsome when you was young. Somebody paid. Used to be beautiful. People
that
was
is
paying
true.
for
I
your
used to
stuff
be
when you was
beautiful as
beautiful.
hell, man.
I saw that. Nothing but the Truth podcast.
That's a
He
fact.
was like, you used to be beautiful.
Yeah, man. I told him, man. Back when I was beautiful, nigga, shit. But rest assured, we gonna be washing dishes. Then I don't care about washing dishes. Don't bother me. so in terms of her, just that, right? Does she have control about how she conveys that message, how she shows up in the earth? It's like we don't take care of that, and then it's justified, just by them niggas ain't help me. So now I get to emote in this way. It's like, why are we not cognizant of how we look on camera? Like how we show up in the earth. Pajamas and head wrap. What's the head wrap shit called? That y'all
Bonnets.
bonnets and just they watched a bitch unload a truck. Like it just like what's the
That's what she
deal?
said. She said, bitch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she referred to herself as
You
that.
watch a bitch unload her truck.
Yeah.
it's like like what's up with that? Like, can y'all help me understand why that's okay for her? Like, why are we not self aware? Why don't we like take care of how we show up?
Well,
Entitlement.
I think, well, when it comes to social media, women as a whole don't really care how they show up on social media, especially like on TikTok. When people are like ranting or telling a story or stuff like that, like they don't really care. They just sit and tell a story. And I think that's because since everybody don't care, like since everybody doesn't care. So everybody just shows up however they want to.
Mhm.
And I think in the society we accept anything anyway. So people don't care. And like if you have a problem with anything like negative, you're the problem because why are you speaking up? Why are you saying something? It's like that's just everybody doesn't care. So
Okay. But look at this, Aaliyah, right? And everybody.
Mhm.
They'll say pull white trash, right? They'll say hillbilly and in whatever the fuck they be doing, right? They got a distinction. For y'all, it's just black women. When they say ghetto, you could say AKA black women, and you would be damn near on point with how they propagandize. See,
but
they'll
like we don't
separate
make it
them
no
intentionally.
better.
They don't separate y'all. You see? Like you are her.
Yeah, we don't separate ourselves. Like we don't separate ourselves from the bad stuff. Like women champion everything that women do, especially black women. Like you can't say anything. You can't say anything. You can't, you can't say nothing because they're not going to accept it. Like they don't care. You
You
can't say
can't
nothing.
say are to each other.
Yeah, like even if you try to say something about the bad behaviors of like black women, you get called all these names, the pick me's and all the extra names and the labels stuff like that. Anytime you try to say something, you get name. You get it's the name calling that starts, and you
But
never
that's
get nowhere.
how much we don't care about our image as black women. Because I remember thinking, like, I was truly offended by, the blanket or the coat, whatever that everybody has to wear, because I'm like, I know that I'm not like, these people. But when you look at it, that's what they see.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Every black woman walking down the street, that's what they see. And I think we've done a horrible job at, cleaning up or maintaining a positive image. I think a lot of it is negative because that's how we are walking about the earth. That's what you see, that's what you hear. And it's not just social media. I see it outside. I see it down the street. It's everywhere. It's in real life too. And I think that's the problem. We're just talking about it on social media and we have these platforms where we can share it, but it's happening in real life. That's why we can talk about it.
I think the fact that it's happening in real life is why people keep talking about it on social media. Like that's why it's like a prevalent conversation. That's why people keep bringing it up because we see this every day. Even with like the stuff like Zeus Network, for example, or Zeus TV or whatever it's called. That's those are programs where women are fighting each other, and that's what's popular. Everybody loves watching Zeus on Sunday to watch baddies. Everybody love watching baddies on Sunday. Like that's what they like to see. That's what they perpetuate in society. So can
So,
we can we blame can we blame people for looking at us as a whole? We don't try to separate ourselves. We don't try to take accountability for nothing. You can't say anything. If you say something, you're ostracized. It's just can we blame society for looking at us like that?
okay. So let me add this too. Somebody got like some feedback. Rel, it might be
Might
you.
be.
Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. Yeah. So Caressa and Coco, here's another thing I say often is like we look at Zeus, right? And we'll be like, oh, I don't act like that, you know? And then we like seemingly exonerate ourselves because we're not acting like the worst of us, right? And we miss ourselves because we have a disposition or behaviors, that are unattractive, uninviting. But as long as it's not as bad as the worst, I'm cool, right? Like even her, that is largely pretty acceptable because she was mad about something, so she should be able to emote as she sees deems necessary, right? I want to show y'all a little bit more of a subtle example with just some language I was hearing. But what you think about that though, Caressa? Like people don't assess themselves because they not on Zeus. At least I'm not doing that.
I mean, I agree, but I think people should always be mindful of their demeanor whenever they leave the home, because you got to keep in mind people's always watching, whether it's online, whether you're outside running to Walmart, someone is always watching. So I do believe sometimes we become very comfortable with how we speak, how we present ourselves in public. So I honestly think that's something that naturally that's what we do.
Hmm. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I
I think
disagree. Good evening,
Hold on. Let me get.
ladies.
What's up,
Hey,
Coco?
Coco.
hmm Go ahead, Coco.
I disagree. I think we're not as self-aware as we think we are. I think we do not think about how we present ourselves in the world as much. Um, for myself, I'm very cognizant because of the position that I have and the roles that I've had. It's always been only me, due to the nature of the work that I do. And early on, post college, um, I worked for Abercrombie and Fitch, and they said like image is the thing when it used to be a big thing. Image is the number one thing. You sell more when you look a certain way, when you're presentable, when you're fit, when you're cute, if you're in shape, if you're stylish, and people remember you more if you adorn yourself a certain way. But unfortunately, from what I see, the majority of Black women, they don't care how they present themselves. They don't care if they're in shape. They don't care if they're eating things that are beneficial to their body, because really, right now, it's all about indulgence. It's all about what I want when I want it right now. That's for the majority of Black women that's most important. And it's a shame because it's just short-sighted and it limits you on everything.
Okay. Do you why? Question: why did you say they and not we?
Could be, because there are Black people. Well, it's like Chris Rock when he said there's Black people and there's the others. Um, uh, it may not be
He said
not.
niggas. I thought.
Yes, I don't use that word. I don't like saying that word. I don't use that word. But yes, and I don't put myself in that group because I'm not that group. I'm a part of Black people, but within Black people, there's different. Like you said that ghetto is for all. They have made a word ghetto is for all Black women, but I don't fall under ghetto
The
myself.
society
Or
there, Coco. So we understand you don't view yourself in that group, but what we're saying is society views us all as a whole in that group, whether we view ourselves that way or not. That's how society's looking at us.
But her separating herself is what we need to do, though. Like, you need to separate yourself from the negative parts of this community, so we start becoming the majority rather than them, because they're the loudest. So we have to be able to separate ourselves from the trash or trash.
And the thing is, they do separate. It's just that they're not gonna. I've had conversation. Well, people have said to me, "Oh, you talk like
you're white.
You sound so articulate, and you are blah blah blah, and whatever else." And I'm like, "Oh, what do you mean?" Because when someone says something like that to me, I want to dig more on what they're saying, and I know what they're saying, but I want to hear them say it. And like, "Oh, you just talk so proper," but the crazy thing is, I've heard this from Black people and white people all my life, so I don't make the distinction. But if someone interacts with you and they start saying that you're not what they're typically used to or whatever they think, they do make a distinction. It's just that a lot of times you don't know about the distinction because they think that you're that ghetto person.
Okay. Can you make a distinction with talk or action? I don't want to hear nobody telling me they different. They life would have to show up. How they show up in the earth most often, they have to prove that.
I agree 1,000%. Yes. It's not what you say, it's what you do.
Indeed.
So I would say it's more of the separation is the problem, because it's going to turn into a holier than thou, and then a lot of us, even the ones that want to be judgmental, still hold those negative attributes, right? So it's easy to judge the struggle you don't deal with as a Black woman, right? Until you run into people who don't deal with the struggles that notice your struggles and they don't deal with them. So it's the HAMP you can't read, and then you tell me that's why you bad at math, right? So don't come over here correcting me unless all of your exes are dotted, right? But even if all your exes are dotted, it can still be pulled apart or picked apart, right? And then people think that they can have like this condescending nature, right? And then this highness, when they actually can also attribute the same attributes. It's just that they feel justified because everybody has their moral standing, and they think, okay, since I'm standing on my morality, then I must be right. But everybody's morality just does not add up.
Oh, no, the point I'm drawing a lot from what you're saying, really, is the pompous person and the ghetto person. I want nothing to do with either one of those women. Damn, that's actually interesting. But people think pompous is okay because it's not ass on the sink.
Yeah.
But is it the pompous woman that the men are saying, right? Just take this walk with me, right? What the brothers say, the woman with the degrees, right? She comes off a particular way, which is unattractive because of how she presents in the earth. Damn, it's like they getting the same result.
It's like the Karen thing, right? It's like when Black women become Karens. It's like, oh, now I'm nice nasty. Now I know how to throw shade in a corporate way. I'm better than the ghetto girls who would be more direct and just slap me, right? So white women get away with that a lot, right? But then there's Black women who can assimilate into that culture, and then now they act like Black Karens, where I can be offensive, but I can find a corporate way to say it. And if you respond in an uncorporate way, it makes you look bad and not me.
Yeah. Damn. Okay.
Can I also add to this, Pimp? I think us seeing it like that, I can understand, but where that divides us is we're not all a part of the solution, because essentially the picture is we're all a part of the problem. So if we're setting ourselves apart, oh, not me, not me, not me, not me, then eventually it's going to be nobody. So I think that hurts us holistically in terms of being able to take accountability if we're constantly setting ourselves aside. And I only say that because, again, I remember feeling very disturbed by the message in a previous, show. But when I went back to think about it, they're right. No matter what I do or what I haven't done, they see me this way. And that is the problem. So I just wanted to say that.
I have something that, add. There's a saying, I don't know if anybody's heard it, but it's something like they would say to us when we were younger, each one teach one. And then in the Bible, it talks about he that hath an ear, let him hear. So I think that if there were enough people willing, to still put an effort in, even if they don't listen, you'll make some changes along the way. You'll find some people or, women along the way that would be willing to jump on the bandwagon of having better disposition. That's my thought.
And also, some will be left behind. Some are not going to come with us, and that's okay. It's like it's not that most Brother Hamp.
Okay.
But yeah, to that point, it's you can only do so much. You can have the message out, you can be, and that's why Coach Tay, it's okay for us to have a standard. It's okay to say this is not going to fly, and if you think this way, if you continue to move in this manner, God bless you, but I can't continue to commingle or deal with someone who ultimately is plotting for, or whose actions are not for the betterment of my people. What's a dog is a dog, and a shark is a shark, a snake is a snake. You can't change a snake. So are you going to try to keep on playing with it? No. If you see someone is a snake and their behavior has shown you they're a snake, you leave the snake alone and you go with your own animal, cat, dog, or whatever.
Okay. Russ, you about to say something?
No, I'm actually just agreeing with what she's saying. I'm agreeing with what everyone's saying. And I do believe, I know, weird, right? This never happens. I don't know what's going on tonight. I'm probably in a good mood. But I do agree with what everyone's saying. And I do think that we can start individually and continue to work on that for the masses. Because I do think it is something in which you can have several degrees. You can be the highest professional in your field, and people will still judge you just based on your appearance, which is unfortunate. They'll lump you in the ghetto thing, or God forbid, another thing that I've experienced at work is a lot of my clients that I work with, they're white. So whenever we have some type of conflict, the number one thing that they'll go to is the N-word as like their way to try to attack me. And it's like, I'm far from that. I'm highly educated, successful, but that goes back to how society views Black people, and it's unfortunate.
Okay, women.
They have said that to your face
several times. You listen, because I work for Child Protective Services.
Are you talking about the people, not the people you work with, the people you kind of working with?
Yes, the
like
people
your caseload.
My caseload, the parents. So when I come in and I let them know, listen, you got to do X, Y, and Z to keep your kid. I've been told several times that they're not going to have a nigger come in their house and tell them what to do with their kids.
And that's the thing, right, about the separation. When they see you, they think they can get that off. Right. Regardless of being highly educated and successful, they don't care about none of that shit.
That's all out the window. Because all they see is the complexion of my skin. They don't see the degrees on the wall. They don't see the level of education, 20 years in the field. All of that is out the window. All they see is a brown-skinned woman walking through the door.
Right. And also it's it's typical that they're not expecting you to respond. But if they say that to him, he gonna hit him.
You know what? I wonder,
You know?
would they treat you that way if a ring was on your finger?
Because when I had one, it was the same thing. So it didn't make a difference.
That was not a jab. Carissa, that was not a jab.
No, I didn't think it.
Because of the protection thing, right? Like when you going out and a man know you covered, they're not gonna come at you a certain way. That's what I meant. And I just think about how the image plays into that. Because now we don't. Well, I'm not gonna say we on that because I don't agree with that. But the sentiment is we don't need a man, right? I know I need one. Okay, I just want PSA.
So
Yeah.
let's make it more tangible, right, Tay?
Okay.
So Mike, y'all see Mike Brown in the chat? Well, whatever. He been supporting since like day one. Essentially, he is actually my pro fight, right? So,
shout out to the good bros,
right?
So Mike works at like the car dealership, right? But you know, when a woman walks in without a ring to a mechanic shop, a car dealership is like taking candy from a baby.
Really?
Essentially.
No, that's the only reason why I said that, because you're viewed differently, and that's why we need that, y'all. That's why we need them. Okay, I'm just saying. So we got to act right. We got to get it together. We got to get it together. It all starts with us. If we all do the individual work collectively, we gonna be good.
There's still gonna be outliers. I mean,
I understand, but I'm just saying, if most of us get it together, like, because most of us, okay, it's not looking good. That's all I'm saying. Y'all see the state of the community. Y'all know we need to do better.
Yeah, you can't solve for outliers, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so now,
But why would
okay.
we say it's the outliers when we always say that we're going to leave the majority of people behind, right? And then we talk about this, and I talk about this a lot. Once you leave people for dead, and you tell people you need to be left behind to burn, you don't think those people are somehow not going to have your best interest at heart, right?
They
Because
are
they
not.
understand that no matter how educated you get, which is Clarissa is like displaying, you're not going to fit. Those white people are never going to accept you, right?
Mm-mm.
So you can walk like them and talk like them and go get their educations, and they're gonna call you a nigga to your face, and they will call a black man a nigga. They just did it to what's the guy, the popular guy from Wakanda?
Michael
Michael
Jordan.
B. Jordan. It was Tourette's,
Mm-hmm.
but come on, like they'll do it to the black man. They'll say that, they'll let that N-word slide anywhere they go. There's nothing that protects us from racism.
But like y'all been talking about how it has to be action based. So it has to show, the results has to show up in your life. So no matter what people say, right? If the results are showing up, who cares what people say? Or
I'm
like
with you,
who cares? Like who really cares? If the majority of us get our act together and the results of our community start we producing results and everything like that, so what? If somebody is saying whatever they want to say or feeling however they want to feel or having a certain disposition, like if the results are producing and you still have that disposition, there's a problem with you, not the community. But right now, we don't have the results. So that's why everybody gets lumped in together, because our community isn't producing any results to show that we're moving in a productive way, or moving or progressing as a community. We're not showing that.
So think about it though. The individualism that you guys are saying should be displayed, and yet we're not moving anywhere. You know,
No,
I
I don't believe
listened to
individualism should be displayed. I don't believe individuals should be
no.
displayed.
What you guys are conveying is individualism. You're saying
You
I'm
have to start with
different and I
yourself.
separate myself from those people because I'm not like those people, and yet and still the community is stagnant. What I'm saying is, like for instance, the church, right? The Christian church, as an example, will tell people if they're doing a sin that they don't accept, because they accept basically all of them except for maybe one or two. They'll say that's not right. You got to go, right? Like the old '90s church, right? Not when the pastors was just all gay. Now they all gay, right? Before that, right? But now when we be street teaching, we say, "Hey, brother, we love you. You got to come out of that." Right? You see, it's not like a cast them away, because how can I help you if you're not around niggas that can help you? You know what I'm saying? Like,
but you must want the help, brother Hamp. You must want the
I was
help,
just thinking that.
and that's the issue when it comes to.
How many times y'all
street
teach before?
I'm
sorry. You know how many brothers? You know how many brothers street teach? I'll tell you about it. Right. So, do you know how many people who didn't know they needed us? Right? They walking by.
Everybody, that is 1 million people now, right?
Yeah, 1 million.
1 million.
Right?
But
They didn't know.
A very small niche movement.
Jay, what's
and now it's 1
popping?
million people.
Yeah. So sorry. So right, they didn't know that they needed it. Right? You walking by, hey beloved, who taught you to hate yourself? What, nigga? You ain't Malcolm X. This one lady, she comes, she like, hey, I want to ask y'all a question, but she was with her husband. You know what was the most confounding thing to her? When the brother who was talking was like, we would love to have the conversation with you, but we got to get permission from your husband first. And she was like, what? You don't? And we like, sis, no offense, but brother, do you mind if we engage? He's like, yeah, go ahead. Like, he was even taken aback, you know? Right? Because he think,
I also got a question too, Ham.
He just think, hold on, because he think because we yelling, that the yelling is to get the attention, right? But then once people actually engage, you have a conversation. Go ahead, sir, I'm done.
Why is it always it's so noticeable that the majority of Black women's disposition, like, or negative behavior, and you can easily say, oh, the majority of Black women can't go, they will be washed away with, right? Boom, forget about them, right? But if somebody says that same statement about Black men, it's hatred.
What you mean?
Do we think that only Black women are bad?
No. We just on the women's POV.
Okay.
So talk about the niggas?
With the ghetto stuff, like I keep saying, ghettos were created. Actually, somebody sat at a round table, designed it, knew what areas they would tear down, knew what they would do to the school system, knew that they would put drugs in it, knew how they would design the interstate. They actually knew exactly what they were going to do. Ghetto people in America is an American construct. It's a Frankenstein project.
Why you say that?
People got together because I'm from New Orleans, right? We understand and we write the history.
But what about the Jewish people? What about the people from Amalek?
What you mean?
Yeah, Amalek was in the quote unquote ghettos first. That's where the construct originates.
Yeah, that's where the construct originates. You don't think that when they were in the ghettos that they got tore down too?
Yeah, what I'm saying is, no, 100%. I'm just saying that it's actually would be a German construct, kinda, and then there's an adaptation.
No, I'm talking about what the American Black ghetto was an American structure. Not only did they broke up prominent Black communities all across the country, they riddled the education system. They took the work away from. They shut down the factories. They disenfranchised the whole entire community to create the set of circumstances. It was created. You're not going to ever get rid of ghetto people until you get rid of ghettos.
Okay, but now bring it back.
They will never evolve from it.
You're saying that those women, because that's the topic of the POV, are going to continue to perpetuate that behavior because they grow up in that environment.
Yes. That we understand what the crabs in the barrel method is. It's only fit for the ones at the top to get out. The ones at the bottom are cooked. And you don't get to choose your placement.
Sherelle, you have your viewpoint as of late has very dystopian, like we just federally fuck. We can't learn nothing from nowhere.
We can learn things, but we're not gonna fix it in the pot.
I mean, like the people who are in dire straits, and we have no opportunity. Damn near.
A lot of us don't. That's why
You think
that's the
most?
true
I mean, that's
statement of a
just
lot of us won't make it. I mean, the both sides say the most of us ain't gonna make it.
yeah, and I don't want to. Yeah, I don't not want to go there, but I just want to kind of, you know what I mean? Because we understand, right, in the Zechariah, but just all right. I don't want to. I'm talking too much. All right, so
we have the opportunity.
Go ahead.
We have the opportunity, particularly in this country, and that's what I'm really trying to be measured with my words. But if you haven't lived in
or over here, don't measure it. Just say it, and then we'll break it down. Go ahead.
Okay. But I'm just saying you do have the opportunity here. Yes, most people are not going to take the opportunity. Most people may not have the education or speak to someone who will inspire them to look beyond their circumstances. But everyone in America does have the opportunity to maybe not be a millionaire, but make a livable wage, have a family, have children. You do have the opportunity here more than any other place in the world.
Okay, let me do this because y'all done derailed my convo. Let's do let's do the intermission for the disposition. Let me read these super chats. And then there was one thing. Remember we had the Enough is Enough panel? Well, there was one thing that was said that Coco wanted to dig into more with Sherelle. And then we'll see if we can get back to the goddamn disposition conversation. Okay? Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. Marcus in the building said, welcome back, Jalen. Daly been a member for 15 months.
I like that shit, folks.
Trucker Hamp. Hell no. LOL. Ladies, talk your shit.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit
Marcus
like
with the $5 said, what up, brother Hamp? And some of the good ladies on the panel. And for the lady in the video, that's called Equality in My Eyes. Okay, what's up? Perfect. Sister. Love y'all.
Shit like that.
Perfect.
Shit like that. Shit like that.
Salute with the 20 ball. Brother Number was goody with the $3 super sticker. Appreciate you. Salute the K in the building for the first 20 ball of the evening. Didn't fit. So I just wanted the heroes. You know how I go. Hometown hero, baby. With the Buffalo. So damn, I'm about to say something. I forgot what the fuck I was gonna say. I don't know. Okay. So Coco, what was the thing that you wanted to mine through more to get some understanding and oppose?
Sorry. I took a couple of notes and I can go through the whole thing, but in that clip, I guess that Hamp dropped about breaking Black men's hearts. Cheryl, you made a couple of comments. I'm trying to understand where you're getting that information from. Like, you started around and said you ain't seen Black men be tyrannical until. Can you expound on that? What do you mean you ain't seen Black men be
tyrannical until you've seen the current state of Black men rule over you? Because the rights that you already have, they will roll them back.
Okay. Right? And you're saying that due to
a man saying that he would silence women, he would not allow them to work, he would not allow them the right to education, and he would allow them to get beat when they step out of line.
So you believe a majority of men, Black men, feel the way that this particular man felt?
I don't think that it takes the majority to lead. The majority have never led. The most powerful, influential ones will. The man who said it is influential. And when they did a poll the next day, the majority of men in the chat agreed with his ideology.
Okay, so a man who is in, I guess, the YouTube space, who does this man have tied to is he like a political influence? Does he have any political influence, so
I
to
wouldn't
speak?
know.
Okay. So, and then the people who, about how many men agree with him or polled that they agreed to whatever he was saying? Do you know, like, numbers wise, how many?
I think it was like 80 men who voted, and about 70% of them agreed with him.
Yeah, it would end
So
up
it
being
was a microcosm.
it ended up being, I think, like 60. I seen that 57%, and I think it was maybe 64%, 65%. It was 80 votes, and it said, do you agree with most of what he says, right? So we couldn't pinpoint exactly what points it was, but so it could have been that point, the points that she made, those were in the pot. The other thing we can't solve for is, was it all men who voted? Right? It could have been women in that pot as well, right? Just because people don't listen, they'll just go vote, right? To skew a percentage. But yeah, that's where it was. She's right, about 65%, I think.
Okay. And so with that population, you've made a generalization that you believe, and you're right, it's not the majority of men that lead, it's a minority that represents the majority. That's kind of how this government system is set up. But you believe that a majority of men would support that minority to completely dominate Black women.
Yeah, regress them. They would. I think they would be comfortable putting Black women in submission by force. Yes, and it would have to be in a very tyrannical way, because the amount of
So,
freedom that Black women have. You would have to take so much of them. You would have to take so much from Black women to be able to actually rule over them. You would have to take
okay.
all. I
And
mean, I was born in 1994. That's where we kind of really made an act where men couldn't beat their wives, right? So we want to take that away. In 1993, it became illegal to rape your wife in this country. I was born in 1994.
Rape your
We would roll
spouse.
that back. Yeah, rape your spouse. So we would roll these things back. We would not allow them to vote, have an education, or leave out the home, have a workplace. To me, the effects of that would be a negative. It would be detrimental.
And you believe a majority of Black men would support a leader who would be tyrannical to Black women based on I don't know who this person is, someone on YouTube who made a series of statements, which I don't know what they said, but I'll go with what you HAMP said. And because there was a poll of approximately 60 to 80 people, based on that, and and you can tell me if it's not just based on that, but based on that, that's why you believe Black men will be tyrannical towards Black women.
Yeah, but I never said majority. The majority of Black men did not vote for Trump. He is our president.
Mm-hmm.
So the majority vote does not win. Influence, violence, these things, who can hold power, right? And if the negative people hold power, that is how we will be ruled. And I also think that the men who would protect the rights of women would die. They would get rid of them. Because we've often seen men who do stand up for women or try to add balance overtalked, disrespected, dismissed, and attacked. We consistently see that. They get called names too. We just overlook it, right? We'll talk about the pick-me women, talk about the simps, the panderers, the men who can see things from a woman's lens and try to show more leniency there. They are also disrespected and dismissed. That is a threat to if the power structure was to rule over. Okay.
Yeah.
Brother Hamp here, I think he's fair to both men and women. I don't see him being dismissed. I can only go off of people that I've seen in this space. I haven't necessarily seen a man who's objective, who says truthful things, become against, and if they are come against, they're come against by men who typically are discredited, who have no moral standing, who are either drifters, scammers, or whatever. So could you show me, because I haven't seen it myself, and maybe if other women have seen it, y'all can tell me. But the simps aren't the brother Hamps. The simps are the ones who will do whatever for a woman, no matter if they are valid or not. That's the distinction.
Actually, Hamp has been called a simp. I don't know how long he's been around, but I've been around a long time. Hamp has been called a simp. His channel has been called woman-centric. His Discord has been called woman-centric. They don't understand why he gives us the leeway to talk in the way that we talk, especially his original POV panel. He was judged harshly by the men. Yes, he was. Because they don't understand why Hamp isn't overbearing or demeaning to us. He's criticized for that.
What I'm saying, what I said is...
Well, let me just... somebody probably said that, but overwhelmingly, that's not the sentiment regarding me. There was a time when they wanted me to over pursue, though, which doesn't make sense to me. But I think it probably was said before.
Yeah, and like I said, you have to consider the source with what anybody says. So I said, if there was someone who were to make that statement about Brother Hamp, or any man who is objective, who seen both sides, because I hope most of us are objective, that we can call out men and women's bad behavior. Yeah. But that doesn't make me a pick-me, because I can speak about what Black women do, and it doesn't make Brother Hamp a simp just because he can speak out against what Black men do as well. But okay, going back to the original point, you said about that Black men that they would essentially get rid of people like Brother Hamp. Exactly how do you see this coming about? Yes, we have had martyrs, and that happens with any cause. But essentially all of the good Black men being wiped out and just the bad man reigning. I'm just trying to, where do you see this happening?
I think it's happened all over history. That's how patriarchy happens. Black men are no different than other men when it comes to power, right? Black men will destroy. Black men will do whatever they need. Whoever is at the top has to rule with an iron fist. That's just how patriarchy is run. So me and Coco having a conversation.
When was Black men ever at the top?
You don't think Black men ever was at the top in history of the world?
Well, okay. So Cheryl, you made a couple of points. So you're saying that patriarchy is bad.
That's not what I said. I said anybody at patriarchy has to rule with a bronze thing. We just watched a white man get shot by ICE because he was standing up. If you stand up to the power structure, it doesn't matter who you are, you will get put down. We actually always see bad men come in, destroy, and then hold the power. That's how people get power, by doing bad things. That's how men get power. They don't acquire it. They take it.
Yes, men dominate and power, and that's just the system of the world that dominance takes over and rules. But even with that same dominance, rulers can determine a level of benevolence, but you have to adhere to the systems and the rules in place. You can't just do whatever you want because you want to. That's chaos. So yes,
And who
you're right.
controls the benevolence?
Whoever's in power.
The people who say they're benevolent, yeah. So the benevolence would be only dictated on them. Because at one time, the benevolent leaders had us in slavery. And it was okay to hang us and kill us and rape us and kill our children. But they were benevolent leaders. If you talk to them, their families, they think that they were good slave owners. They thought slavery was doing slavery the right way. That was their benevolency. So we know that the benevolency is going to be set by the people who hold powers. That's going to be interchangeable depending on their moral standard.
Well, the system of slavery in America wasn't a benevolent system, but I don't want to go down that path right now because I want to stick to your original claim that about Black men being tyrannical. So, okay. You said that we went down Black men being tyrannical because of the example that you saw online about some comments that someone made, and then there was a poll, about 60 people or 80 people responded to that poll, and that makes you believe that if Black men are in power, they're going to dominate Black women and take away their rights. Is that correct? Please correct me whenever I'm getting
this current state of Black men, yes, I do, but I also know that they will never be in power. Not this current state of Black men. I know that for a fact that they won't.
Okay. You also, I want to do a point of clarification. You said that you'll never hear a white man say, "Sod, I will blank blank, shut up." But here's the thing: there are in these spaces white men that talk crazy to white women. There's a podcast called Whatever. It's a pretty big podcast. I don't see all of their stuff, but to say that it's only Black men who will speak to Black women in a particular way, that's just not true. White men talk just as reckless, if not more, than Black men. And honestly, especially in the spaces that I've been, Black men typically are kinder, will give more grace, will be more lenient with Black women than any other group. Because unfortunately in this country, it's not really a patriarchy that's running Black households. It's the women that run the households. If you look at, I'm sorry, go ahead, Cheryl.
So does your anecdotal experience outweigh my anecdotal experience?
I'm not speaking about anecdotal. I'm not talking about anecdotal experiences. I'm talking about cultures. I'm talking about how cultures are ran in this country in terms of different ethnic groups. If you look at the Koreans, the Vietnamese, the Chinese, the Japanese, their culture, and if you look at when it comes to the households that are earning the most incomes, they're not white men. They are Asian, either Indian or I forget which Asian group. But that's because they're the most married, and both of them are working, and they more than not go for STEM degrees. So when we talk about,
I have a question. Are you Black American?
I am Nigerian. I am the daughter of Nigerian immigrants, but I was born in America, Southwest Houston, Texas.
Okay. I kind of understand now.
Well,
I understand your disposition better.
Tell me more.
Yeah, immigrants, I can understand your highness, especially when it's Nigerians. I'm familiar with the Nigerians.
You can understand my what?
Your highness.
What do you mean?
That you think you're better than Black women.
Absolutely
so when you
not.
say you separate yourself, It's coming from a place of I'm better than them, so I wanna align myself with that.
That's not true.
And that typically comes from Nigerians. Also, you said when I was talking about the anecdotal thing, you said the panels that I've been on, black men have been respectful, right? But if I've been on panels where black men have been disrespectful, does your anecdotal experience outweigh my anecdotal experience?
Well, it just depends on, I think it goes back to what we said, the behavior. It's not what you say, it's what you do. If I treat anyone that I'm speaking to, men or women, with respect, there are always outliers, but I'm going to get respect because I conduct myself that way. There's no space that I've been where in the majority in mass, people don't give me respect because I command respect, because I give respect. But if you come in and you say certain things that may be untrue or may just be conflated or may be unfounded and you get some pushback, you may think that they're coming at you disrespectfully, but it just may be a rebuttal to what you said, unless they have personally attacked you. And if they've done that, then that shouldn't be done.
So you think anytime a black woman is being disrespected is her fault and that the man is not to be held accountable for it?
I believe that we are human beings and that we should be accountable for what we say and what we do, regardless of the gender. If I do something that's disrespectful to you, I need to be held accountable for that and called out on that.
Okay, so there's men that I've been here for 6 years and I've never disrespected them. And there's men I've been here and I've disrespected them. So who am I? Am I only the girl that respects men if you're leaning on the people that I respect? Or am I also the girl who would disrespect men because I will disrespect men as well? Do I only get to choose one?
Well,
because when the men do it, right? The men have the women that they respect, and then the men have the women that they disrespect. Are they both like me? Are they held to that same standard, or are they always good and it's just bad women?
Wait, sorry, say that again. Are they always good? You're talking about the men? A disrespectful man is a disrespectful man. Doesn't matter who's around. Okay. They're disrespectful. Now they may kind of move a bit differently because they're not allowed to go so crazy, but the essence of who they are is who they are. A woman who holds herself with respect, she's respectful regardless of who is there. If there's a disrespectful man and she's in their presence, she's not going to really engage with that man that much because he's crazy. I don't need to engage. If there is a disrespectful woman, the same way. I will always have the standard that I have regardless of who's in the room.
Okay. I accept that.
Yeah. But I do have
so I don't think that I don't think that through my belief system, which my belief system is very different. I know that people on this panel or you may have like judgments about me. I do not feel like any of y'all can judge me. Just
I don't have any judgments.
I just want to clarify that because I know it can be. I feel elephants in the room, and I'm not really a nice, nasty person. I'm the shooter. I'm TMBR shooter. That's who I am. If HAMP plays my clip, it's the shooter. I'm a direct person, so I just want to know. I don't feel any judgment from anybody, right? So I've seen everybody do anything. I can judge anybody just like anybody can judge me, right? So I will have harsh critiques for everybody. And people can have harsh critiques about me, but I'm very self-aware of who I am. But I stay in my line. If I cross the line, I'm going to be held accountable by way bigger issues, way bigger people, way bigger power than people on the panel. So I don't really like to try to tiptoe around the line. But my people have issues that they need to overcome, not black women, black people. I judge I hold black women accountable. I'm very even on both sides. Nobody will ever say that I pander to black women. Nobody gets an issue because black men don't want to hear truth about themselves. They're okay with hearing truth about black women. They don't want to hear truth about themselves. So I understand what that comes with. I accept my identity. I've been here for a long time. I'm not going anywhere. I'm okay.
Awesome.
I'm okay with the negative I'm not pandering to anybody to make them feel good. Because if we're not really getting to the truth, we can't push the conversation if we're going to be fake and tiptoe around it.
All right, let Coco respond, and then
yeah, no, I don't know anyone personally, so I will never do a personal attack, and that's just not how I do things unless I know you. Then I can say talk about you, but I will just always attack the argument. So some of the arguments that you had, it just caused me to pause. And you said something about that. You had a fantasy about Black men, but now you grew up with a fantasy of Black men. What was the fantasy, and what made that change?
How many more questions we got?
That will be it.
Right.
That's
right.
it. It's just
you got okay. You got 1 minute to reply to that.
You talking about me? See? All right.
Both of y'all.
But you can ask me questions. I'm game.
I'm not intrusive. I don't.
Like
I
nails on a
respect
chalkboard.
people and their opinions. I don't. So.
No,
I grew up in a male-dominated family. I was raised by a single father. I grew up in a male-dominated family. Everything that I am because of strength and the love and protection of Black men. When I went out into the world I drove trucks over the road like that lady. I drove trucks for 7 years solo. So a lot of my experiences, I've had negative ones. I've seen the negative things, which is okay because you need to see the negative so you know how to protect yourself and remove yourself from the bad ones, right? But coming here in this space, hearing the ideology, understanding it, and then when you fall into deeper truths, we're more far off than I ever believed we could be. Right. So now that I see them, right, you just have to get around men that you don't have attachments to. A lot of times we know our dads and our brothers and our husbands. We don't know men. I work in too many male dominated industries, even when it comes to this podcasting thing, that allows me to know men in a different way that I had never experienced them before.
I respect that. I just wanted to know what you meant when you said that. So I understand now with what you said. It just gives perspective.
Nas with the $10 says, when freedoms expand beyond necessity, social cohesion breaks. Individual sovereignty becomes relative per individual, and it leaves no shared code beyond personal ego, desires, and whims. I agree. Congo was shaking with the $10 says, good evening, Hamp. Hope all is well. Salute OG. Good to see you, man. YME was popping with the $2. Good evening, all. Good morning, kid. Good to see you. Thank you, Matt, for the $5 donation. Appreciate you. All right. I think they got through that, boy. Good gracious, man. Anybody got any commentary? Y'all good? All praises. So, Sherelle said a term that I kind of just heard. I think maybe I heard it before. Nice nasty.
Oh, I've heard that before.
Yeah, maybe all the time. Yeah, like nice nasty, or like what's the other one? Like the passive aggressive one, the pompous one. That one needs to definitely be assessed.
Condescending is another one.
Huh? Yeah, I think the pompous and condescending, those will be kind of close. Those will be right there. The straight up ratchet, but these dispositions is like we display them pretty well, Like, what's the acceptable disposition? Like, how would you convey like an acceptable disposition? Is it like inviting, or is it like what is it?
I think it would just be having a sense of being cordial, you know?
Cordial.
Some people aren't necessarily inviting all the time, but I think that if you have a disposition, yeah, most. I'm learning. So I didn't. Some is that a taboo word? I got it. I got
Yes,
it.
ma'am. And also where it's particularly right because it's the POV. So I think it's important we kind of and we can talk about the men for sure. But I just want to mind through this. Like, do you think most of our women have a cordial disposition?
No, not all the time. No, most women don't necessarily have a cordial disposition. Like for example, the video that we saw. A lot of times men will just want to. They might just want to greet you or say hi. Not some. Most women might not be, inviting to that always, for many different reasons. And I'm not knocking them for it, but I think if you just have a cordial disposition about yourself, it would be helpful.
You say you're not knocking them for it?
No, I'm not knocking them for it just because I don't know their reason. I believe that everybody has a reason as to why they operate the way they do. It doesn't excuse it if the behavior is bad. But I understand there are reasons for people's behavior.
Okay. So there's a justification for them not being cordial.
I wouldn't necessarily use the word justification, but I'm not going to fight you on it.
What word would you use?
Reason. I understand they have a reason for it. That's the word that I would use.
Yeah. No.
Everything is not justified, but a reason you can understand.
Yeah, I understand that there's a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Are you saying that there are reasons that justify not being cordial?
There are some reasons that justify some
not being cordial?
Not so. Certain behaviors.
Okay, so what would be a reason to not be cordial?
I'll just give you probably a more strong reason.
Okay.
Let's say a woman experienced a lot of physical, emotional abuse from a man, and she's learning how to navigate through life after maybe therapy, possibly, or just being around people who have helped her navigate on how to be cordial after experiencing so much emotional and mental abuse from men. That is a reason that could be justified, meaning you can understand why she is standoffish and not as cordial because of those experiences. That one could be justified.
Okay, so you're saying when we go through hard things, it's okay for us to bring it to work.
It may not be okay, but at least if you know a person's reason, you'll understand.
Okay. So people go through hard things, they should be allowed a level of grace to be rude.
You should be allowed a level of grace, but
to be rude specifically, or not cordial.
Yes, you should allow a level of grace. I wouldn't say allow it all the time. In situations like that, it gets tricky. It's a case by case type of situation. Like say, I'll give it to you. So,
but I have a question. Can I ask? So, is it necessarily being rude, or is it more so a defense mechanism? Because based on what I'm hearing it's a defense mechanism. It's not going around being rude.
Good point.
So the rudeness is the defense mechanism, right? And you're justifying it because of what somebody did to you or that you've been subject to that I had nothing to do with. But because you went through that, you get to treat me poorly.
I believe that you should allow that level of grace. And then when you have that exchange, if you're having an exchange with that individual, just politely say, hey, you know what? I get you may be going through something, but I would appreciate if you would, speak to me in this manner or handle me in this manner. So I believe that you do have the power to redirect someone.
And our experience is going to shape our behaviors.
Okay, got you. So when they call you a nigger, it's justified.
No, it's not justified at all.
That's not justified.
They've been traumatized by niggas.
They need to go back to therapy and work through that shit.
Wait. Because this is not how defense mechanisms work. If you are giving grace for people to have unbecoming behavior because it's a defense mechanism, you being a nigger in real time is because a nigger ain't gonna tell me what to do. Because I seen what happened when niggers try to tell me what to do.
Was that
you can redirect? You can redirect
4 times.
I think that was 4 or 5 times. Yeah.
Like, you can redirect though. I believe that, if you allow a person a level of grace, you can redirect them. Like, hey, I get that you're going through something, you're dealing with something, but I'm not going to allow you to speak to me in that manner. I'm not going to allow you to handle me in that manner.
But Chris Shauna, right? Take this walk with me.
Right.
This I think is an overarching issue, that because we have these experiences, right? We think that we can carry them, wear them on our shoulders, treat people as such, and then project them onto others. That person will never self-correct.
Well, remember, I didn't say you should excuse the behavior. I just say you should have a level of grace. Or actually, you said it, and I agreed with that.
Great. I said give them grace?
Yeah. You said we should give, or you gave that example.
Sorry. No, well, let me, just in case.
Okay.
I retract that, and I apologize.
Okay. Well, I will say it. I'll pick it up and say it. I believe that, yes, we should give people a level of grace. However, I do think it's important to redirect an individual,
in certain situations.
Yes.
Like the example HAMP gave, if somebody's calling me a nigger in that situation, I don't think you're going to get any grace from me. You're going to get 5 fingers across the face. You're not going to get no grace.
Why? It's a defense mechanism.
That ain't no defense mechanism. That is being disrespectful. That is just,
it is disrespectful.
Level bullshit.
Think about this though, right? Like, you're saying she went through all these traumatic things. So now all men that didn't do that are subjected to it. And we're saying that we should have grace for somebody who's behaving poorly. We all go through a whole lot of things, right?
But I said redirect as well, though. Remember, I did say.
Yeah, I heard that part, right? And I'm ignoring that part. Right? Just being 100% honest, because I think the fact that the person that didn't do anything wrong has to do some work. Nah, son, you the asshole. Why do I, from a woman, I could be holding the door or whatever, and right? Anything, right? I don't know her from a can of paint. Why do I have to redirect her? Nah. Why? How about how her modus operandi is what needs to be addressed?
I believe that you should treat people in the manner that you want to be treated, but everybody won't do that. So I'm not going to let somebody else change my character traits because they're misbehaving. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to still be me and handle the situation how I normally would.
Yeah.
Their behavior doesn't dictate how I carry myself or how I handle myself.
100%. That's a different point. I agree with that point. I vehemently disagree with I have to redirect people that just have bad behavior that I don't even have a relationship with.
You don't have to. I said you can redirect them.
And your interjections are getting untimely. I'm noticing that. So that's the 4th one. It's okay though. It's okay.
Well, you did tell me on the last panel that everybody's a professional. They don't need babying.
Yeah, no, 100%.
I'm learning. So
yeah, I got you. I got you. I just saying we just gotta gear up now.
Okay.
So I'm listening to it. I understand it, right? But you putting the onus on someone who didn't do anything wrong, right? These are grown-ups that are being rude, right? They're being irresponsible in the earth by treating people poorly. Now we're putting the onus on somebody who has no relationship, no title, no jurisdiction to redirect this grown person who chose to act like this. They're allowing them the things they went through to change their disposition towards others that have nothing to do with it. I'm not putting the onus on somebody who's being subjected to that. Yeah, that's just. But I think it's good though. I think it's interesting though.
So is it only a defense mechanism when it's women like acting out? It's like, is it only classified as a defense mechanism when it comes to women? Yeah, like when it comes to women and how we show up in the world and everything like that based on our experiences that we've experienced. Is it just a defense mechanism when it comes to women? Is this standard applied to all people? Like, oh, it's a defense mechanism for everybody, or is it just?
I feel like it's situation based. I feel like it depends on what that person went through. Like the example used, the woman who had negative experiences with men, such as maybe rape or physical abuse, if she's projecting that negativity towards men, I can see that because that's trauma that she's still processing. But if it's a situation in which someone is up outside at 7 o'clock in the morning and they're not a people person and you say good morning and they greet you with the finger, that's something that's completely different. So I think what Krishana, I believe my interpretation of what she was trying to say was there's certain situations where we can give grace. But I don't think she was using that as an example to excuse negative behavior, because there's certain people who they just go around giving negative behavior. But there are certain people who they're still processing their trauma. They don't have healthy coping skills, and that exudes in their daily behavior, unfortunately.
Yeah, but like, who's taking the time to understand, like, why you're treating me this way? Like, who's taking the time to do that, to like figure out why you're doing this to me?
Yeah, and no one does
Like that.
that. Yeah, and I agree with you, Leah. No one does that. We just see the behavior and what we're being presented with, and we judge people off of that. We don't dig deeper. We don't consider what the other person might be going through. We just make an assumption based on what we're receiving from them.
So would you say, so would we say that women lack, like, actually, would we say that being able to not project your traumas onto others and show up in a way that you want to be treated, would we say that's a part of being emotionally intelligent?
I agree with you, absolutely. But there's a lot of broken people walking around. So not everyone is there yet. There's still some people who's processing their trauma, and they may need several years to process that, unfortunately.
So when it comes to women, are women like lacking emotional intelligence when it comes to this aspect? Like, do we lack an emotional intelligence when it comes to how we show up in the world?
I mean, it's not, I think women, we go through that, but men go through that as well too. But we can't say women don't go through that because we all go through that. That's a human thing. That's not a gender thing.
But I think we were talking about the negative disposition of women, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can't, if I don't know.
Yes.
So yeah, I believe like we are supposed to be like talking about women. So that's why I'm at, like, my questions is centered around women, because we're like, that's just where like my mind is going, just being as though like that's just what we've been talking about this entire time. So like, I'm not trying to just single women out, but because we're talking about women, that's why I'm asking. If that makes sense. Or like, that's why I'm making my statements about women, if that makes sense.
Right. No, that's understood. But like I said, we all go through it. That's a human behavior. But yes, women can go through that as well, the same way as men.
I want y'all to hear it, right? I have negative experience. Therefore, it's justified based on what people deem egregiously negative. I can justify how I'm treating people up in the earth. Does this include violence? Like, what if somebody put their hands on me, right? To a point where somebody taught me that dumb shit that we were taught. If they hit you, hit them back. Remember that foolishness?
Mm-hmm.
That's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. Hit them first. Fucking let you hit me first. Once you get into a point to where you threatening, then we gotta throw hands, right? That's why I teach my son. Hit him first, Chug. If he try to get busy, right? Let him hit you first. That's stupid, right? But now I've been traumatized to this extent. So now, if I'm going through just letting off on people, are we saying that this is okay? Like, how does this person get to be rude to people? Is it just based on words? Can I be slapping people? How does this work?
It's not okay. Let me start off by saying that. But since we're talking about women tonight, I'll stay on women. So let me just preface that I think people have this problem when we're talking about women. Huh? Oh, my bad. Hey,
Like, did you say hey, or did you
hi.
hello, Jalen?
Yeah,
Thank
you just wanted
you.
me to say hi to you. I get it. But if I could throw in my own grenade, I think most women have emotional immaturity, and I would include us on the panel as well. Everybody on this panel, minus Hamp because he's not a woman, he doesn't have a vagina. I think we're all emotionally immature. I think we would
Many,
like
though.
I think we would like to consider ourselves different, but when we're put in different scenarios, that immaturity tends to show. Which is why I don't understand why the separation comes, because we are all women and we're all emotional, right? Unless you're a sociopath, then I would say you're different. Like you for real different. Like you just no emotions whatsoever. I think there's a spectrum of how dysregulated you can be, but overall, we're all emotional. We're women. So, do y'all disagree that we all have some type of emotional immaturity, or y'all feel like y'all emotionally mature?
No, I agree.
I believe that every
Okay.
woman has some points of
I agree
emotional
with you.
maturity for sure.
Okay. Let me
I
take it a step
also would
further then.
add
Well, I
95%.
will say. Oh, go ahead, Cheryl.
Hold on, wait. Let her add her second part.
Let me take it a step further. I think do you mind if I add men into my second thought? It's not to try to bring men into the fold, but they have something to do with this inference that I have. Do you mind, Hamp? Okay, cool. Men give y'all the grace to be emotionally dysregulated because of the gender dynamics that we have in our society. They give you the grace to do that. And a lot of us take advantage of it. And we use it as a tool of manipulation, if we're going to be honest. You throw tantrums when he doesn't, buy you a certain thing, and then you also use the excuse of femininity as the reason why you're emotionally dysregulated. You're feminine. That's your feminine energy, rather than you being a grown woman, an adult who needs to be held accountable for how you show up in your behavior, right? Which leads me into the idea of women. Unfortunately, most women will need a man to regulate their emotions because of that dynamic. I hate it. I feel like men shouldn't give you the grace however they do. So there you go.
I don't say most. I think all women need men to help regulate them
No.
emotionally.
I think if you want to be an emotionally mature person, you shouldn't need anybody to regulate your emotions.
Well, that's incorrect, because how can you
No,
regulate
that's
your
very
emotions?
correct.
How can you regulate your emotions in isolation? You would have to be
You don't need
people
to be isolated. I think you can self-correct yourself. That's a sign of you being emotionally mature. However, if you don't have that within yourself, or you decide to ignore that, you're emotionally immature to me. And no, you shouldn't need a man to tell you to regulate yourself as an adult. But you choose to do that because it plays into the gender dynamics and making him feel needed. And that's okay to acknowledge. Let's just tell the truth, though.
No, I definitely agree.
So
I
since
definitely
we're
agree.
Go ahead, Coco, if you disagree, and then Aaliyah can.
Yes, because I think this also goes back to the individual conversation that Hamp was saying.
Mm-hmm.
We don't determine, well, as a society, we determine what the norm is. How do we set what regulation is? I don't determine for myself, because if I did, I would say, I can start crying and that's fine when my period starts, or I can start acting a bit crazy because that time of the month is coming, but I don't set that. Society sets what is the norms and what is acceptable behavior. And for the most part, that has been set by men.
Okay.
So let me finish. So are you saying when it comes to regulation that we, our individual selves, have set our regulation as women? Or are we going by the criteria that men have set?
Yeah, you have chosen to go by the criteria men have set, which we've heard men say on this panel that they think women are children. So if you choose to fall under that umbrella, then yes,
You have decided to fall under what they think of you to be. And that's wrong, right? Regardless of what majority of society says we're supposed to be. I don't think women are supposed to act like children and then get grace for that when you're a grown-ass woman.
I don't. Okay, so you're saying that having expectations or societal norms mean that we're children because men set them?
No.
I'm just trying to get
No, that's not
clarification
what I
on
said.
what you're. I'm sorry, I didn't hear the last part you said.
That's not what I said. What I said was, regardless of what the societal norm is, that doesn't make it a good thing to be told, or it be said, or it be a idea that women are children. Therefore, your job as her man is to emotionally regulate her because she can't do it herself. That sounds like a debilitated person.
Yeah,
that sounds like an emotionally stunted person. That sounds like you have a lot more maturity within yourself to seek. That doesn't sound like a woman who's like ready to be in the world and be a wife and be in a serious relationship. That sounds like a child parent dynamic to me.
Because men's societal norms of what decency is.
I didn't bring up
because
decency.
you brought in the children. I didn't bring anything that women are children. I didn't bring that into the conversation.
She was saying how women choose to show up in the earth is why certain men said women are children in terms of how they act and emote, and why they need to be emotionally regulated by someone outside of themselves. There's one thing that I always say, Coco. A man's weakness is the facade of his strength, and a woman's strength is the facade of her weakness. So at any point in time, like what Jalen was mentioning, you can do the crying thing, the tearing thing, the fallout thing, the period thing, right? And then that makes you be treated as a lesser than because of how you act. And she's saying that you should self-regulate and stop acting like that, and maybe you'll bear some level of fruit from that. You know what I mean? That's what Jalen been
But
saying.
if you're like that, then what outside force would help you self-regulate that? There has to be something that you seek or something that you read, or either either someone taught it to you or you grew up with that self-regulation. Like someone has to teach you it. There has to be some order or structure for you to realize that that's something that you should do. That doesn't come innate. That's not innate in us.
I agree, which is why I did a comparative analysis to a child, because I feel like we can all agree that reminds us of a child, right? So no, we aren't innately going to be emotionally mature. That's something that's built over time. But usually by your adult ages, you are who you are, unless you're willing to go through an extensive change. You are who you are behaviorally by like what? I'd make a guesstimate like 25. That's it for you. That's who you are,
30.
Unless you decide to change. And I only use 25 because of prefrontal cortex and shit that people love to bring up. So yeah. I think that you should stop hiding behind the idea of what men think femininity is and actually learn it yourself, and understand that femininity doesn't mean you need to be this all over the place chaos. Like if you look it up, that's like immature, or the immature side of your femininity. That's not you being a fully engulfed, like grown, mature, feminine woman. That's not it at all. But you have allowed men to define it for you. So if that's the way you want to live, then men will still continue to tell you you have bad behavior, even though they allow it. So would you rather be told you have bad behavior, or would you rather go against the grain and be one of the women who seems emotionally regulated and possibly a bit sociopathic, and you don't, because they love to say those niche women are like, there's something wrong with them because they're emotionally, it's a whole hypocritical ideology. But again, which one would you rather be? If you're saying this is a problem, y'all have stated all of these behaviors are problems, then you got to go against what men are telling you to be then.
I have a question. Is it men telling us what we are or what they perceive, like to see, like how they see us show up in the world? Are they just making an observation of like how we show up, or are they like, I guess, like you said, setting the norm in society?
If your father, if any of y'all have your, I don't, so that's why I'm making an inference. If any of y'all have had your father in your lives, I'm sure you possibly were spoiled by that man, regardless of your behavior, right? He made excuses or grace for that behavior. It wasn't always a correction that went with you being spoiled. So that's an example of how men allow bad behavior to exist in women or girls. I'll say girls because they're not women.
Yes.
That's a very good example.
Yes.
So I would say no, it's not about how we show up. It's how, like Coco said, society defines our role to be. And therefore we show up that way.
I think your point, yes. And I think what you conveyed was great, right? The men placate to their daughters, right? Like they tell them what they need, right? But then they always get coddled, right? Like when I spank Big Chug, his feet come off the ground. You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right, like girls, I'm like, babe, come spank her. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then Rocky always got this sad face. Nova always want candy. She said, Daddy, you want candy? I'm like, yeah. But she know if I get candy, she get candy. You know? Daddy, what's that? Is that candy over there? You want candy? You know? And so yeah, we play into that, you know, and now she learns how to, if I act out or act a particular way, I can get good results, you know.
Which
I'm
is
not
why
the worst,
a lot
but I
of
can acknowledge it.
psychologists tell you to not reinforce bad behavior.
Yeah.
You're teaching them that they get rewarded for their bad behavior.
Bad behavior, yep. 100%. Yeah. Let me read these real quick and then y'all can reply. And I wanted to show y'all 2 more videos, but I don't know if I have to, but we'll see. The world ends Monday with this analysis. There's no evidence to support Sherelle's train of thought. The amount of black men ready to die about women speaks to our actual survival in this country. Sad to witness this psychosis in a woman. C-Rob. OG C-Rob in the building, been a member for 6 months. Salute. Congo.
Shit like that.
20 ball says, Caressa and Aaliyah, quiet tonight. Can you eject your deposition? Oh, Congo just got here. That was at 9:44. So, okay. So the OG Congo in the building. YME with the $5 says black women were conditioned against black men, and is why cordial is not a quality presented of black women. Presented of black women. Yet they are raising boys. The world ends on Monday with the $10 says to listen to this conversation when black women be telling men to quote unquote go heal, like you can do it on your lunch break. Women receive more grace because the yams, and it produces this entitled conversation. Keeps 100 with the $5 says, I'm glad Jalen is back tonight. Indeed. 2K, what up? Perfect. Shout out to HAMP and Aaliyah.
Shit like that.
Came to the building, DPMO morning show, all that good shit. And you probably see him tomorrow night when we get it popping on Wednesday. 2K with the 20 ball says. Perfect. Are y'all commenting inside the super chat box to get a color by y'all comment? Laugh my ass off. I know y'all ain't that broke. Hold on, man. I gotta play the classic, man. Hold on, nigga.
Hold on, I'm broke, baby. I ain't got no money. Bullshit. I see you shining, nigga. I can smell a motherfucker with money. Even Ray Charles can see you got money.
Salute. Well, in Monday with the $5, HAMP regulating this panel. If it was just this group of women on the panel without him, this show would have been over about 25 minutes. Damn. So, all right, let me. I don't know. I had a video, but it was kind of like, okay, all right. So let's dive into these, man. Let's dive into these. The nice nasty thing, right? where does that person fall? Right? When I've heard it used, it's like they'll present in a particular way when the conversation is subtle, when the conversation is nice, easy, flowing, etc. When things start to get contentious, now they turn into like a barilla. They making passive aggressive sly comments, etc. Right? They start to kind of cut off, right? Like that, like the nice. Because what I'm thinking is, it's like they nice. It's almost like that. You see that commercial? What's that piece of candy that's sour on the outside, but then once you Sour Patch Kid. You ever see the commercial? Nah,
Sour
the
It's
Sour
like
Patch Kid.
sour.
You ever see the
Tender,
commercial?
sweet.
So he'll be throwing shit, and then he'll be like, "Oh, I'm sorry for throwing shit," because they sweet and sour. And it's like the nice nasty is like that person. It's like they almost calling that person a chameleon, as though their nice part is a facade.
Mm-hmm.
Am I accurate?
Yeah, that's how they use
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, that's how they use it.
Is the nice nasty disposition one of the more prominent dispositions for Black women, or not really? I feel, and I'm saying feel, like y'all kind of nice
Ones
nasty
that's
to
not.
each other.
Oh, to other Black
Yeah,
women?
definitely.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like I don't know if it actually happens to the men as much. Like like if you just get mad at that nigga, you just mad at. You know what I mean? Like, but it's like with each other, y'all can be nice nasty more often.
Oh yes.
They be nice nasty to the men too.
Yeah, but it's more like what nigga, But with y'all, I feel, and I'm saying feel. It's like soon as Caressa walk off, that's why she got a wedgie.
Every Tuesday we experience nice, nasty, and POV. Let's just throw that out there. Every
What?
Definitely. It's big. It's nice there too.
It is made.
How every Tuesday? How? Explain that to me.
I'm just saying, everybody's always trying to speak a point, and some of us do it in a delicate voice to try to convey what we're trying to convey. But at the end of the day, sometimes we know we really can't stand the person who we're addressing. So we just got to say something just because we don't like that person. We don't like what they got to say. So we just got to say something just to say something because we don't like them.
Say something just to say something. Say something just to say something.
Just to say something.
Damn, man. Damn, nice nasty can be. That might be the most insidious disposition.
Yes,
because it can fester and then permeate, and then if let's say this was a tangible thing, like it was at a school or something, right? And then Jaylen's in close proximity to Aaliyah, right? And Aaliyah's being nice, nasty to Krishana. So now when Krishana walk off, now it's insidious and it'll fester in Jaylen because she close to Aaliyah. You know what I mean? But then when Krishana come back around, now Jaylen's smiling, but she ain't showing her teeth. She showed her teeth the last time she smiled at her. But now she thinking about something with her. And then she bump into Coco, say, why are you talking to her? Aaliyah told me that Krishana did this to who? And Coco said, oh, word? Or Cowabunga have it, right? Then it just insidious, right? Like that nice nasty could probably be the most detrimental that I'm thinking about it, which I think.
Oh, it happens at work all the time.
Mm-hmm.
All the time,
especially in like the office space, like how people send emails. Just corporate lingo is just full of passive aggression.
So nice is nice nasty passive aggressive though?
I think so.
Yes.
That's what I think it is.
It is.
I don't like it. I don't like them being one and the same.
Why not?
I don't see it. I don't see it like that. See, because the nice nasty person is smiling in your face, right? Like the movie O, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the nice nasty. You see? Y'all remember that movie?
You're saying nice nasty is more fake, right? And passive aggressive is I'm trying to be corporate but direct.
Okay.
So
nice.
I gotta be
like
passive because if I say the wrong thing, I could lose my job.
The passive aggressive is like
passive aggressive.
Passive aggressive is fake.
Well, it'd be like this.
It's
like
not
I'd
direct.
be like Krishana, what's 6 plus 7, right? She'd be like, 13. I'm like, good job, took you long enough. Right? Like the passive aggressive is more like it's like backhanded, you know, but the nice nasty is like, you know.
Yeah, nice nasty is backhanded. Well, that's how I see it. It's backhanded.
Yeah.
You being
But you
nice
see how I'm articulating it,
just to end
Aaliyah?
up being nasty.
Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking it's like, yeah, I'm thinking that person is smiling in your face like a backstabber, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, they
maybe I'm
smiling
doing
in your
too much.
face.
Maybe I'm doing too much though. Or that person act nice until they get mad, then they start to really emote how they usually want to do.
Yeah, that's I think that the
Yeah,
way you
that
just
people.
explained it the second time is what
That's more
how people
accurate.
use it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I agree.
I can give you an
Am I on
excellent
delay here?
example.
Yeah, you've
I
been
can
on
give
delay all show.
Why you wouldn't say that?
I told you look like 36 Chambers.
Ridiculous.
But your voice isn't delayed, just the picture and everything else. But we can hear you fine, so I said, "Fuck it, just let it roll." Go ahead, Coco. You want to give an example?
a perfect example. Yes. So
Now, hold
I
on. Now,
do
hold on. Let me just say this
two
to you.
times.
No, I got you. You got the floor. When you open up with perfect example, now the expectation is really, really high for this example to be great.
Okay. I mean, all right. So I meal prep or really kind of do my lunch at work. And
Okay.
so I made like a lemon cauliflower. There's an air fryer. They have the whole get up. It's really nice. And then while I put cauliflower, whatever, all the spices, it tasted really good. And some people asked, oh, can I sample some? I was like, sure. And then at the end, another coworker came. She's like, so and so said that your cauliflower really stunk up the whole kitchen, but it was the same person asking me for the cauliflower that everyone ate. Now that is passive aggressive. So again, this is what someone else came and told me, but I'm like, and the crazy thing is, I thought it was somebody else who said the negative thing, but it was somebody else. So I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. The same person always smile on my face. Oh, Coco, are you gonna make something else at lunch today?
Yeah, she's nice nasty.
Yeah, that's nice nasty.
That was
That's
Lilia. That's the first definition I gave for nice nasty. That right there. That would be the first one.
So there's two definitions now.
Yeah,
two different ones.
There's
Okay.
usually like 3 definitions for most words, you know. Yeah, Coco, I think that would be more than the nice nasty thing. The passive aggressive is more like I don't know, people just being like antagonizing, like the microaggression thing. You know, like your hair looks great for a black woman. Like those are those passive aggressive things that are more, you know, like that's how I kind of surmising it. So nice, nasty to each other. How about passive aggressive? Where does that fall on the totem pole of black women's disposition that maybe we need to assess?
Yes, we do that too.
Yeah, but I'm saying like, Caressa, like, do you think passive aggressive is a huge issue for black women?
I think so.
You think so?
I think sometimes Black women will use passive aggression just because we're labeled as being aggressive in general. So we're going to pop our shit, but we're going to do it passively. So we're still going to get the point across, but we're just going to soften how we're getting the point across.
Okay.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
It comes off more like a sneak diss when it's black women. It's like being a woman who don't wear makeup on a panel of women who wear makeup, and then you diss people for wearing makeup, right? Or like it's just sneak dissy things like, oh that's the kind of car you drive, okay? Or I see your little business. Or y'all be saying shit like they sell the girls that sell lashes.
Oh
Passive,
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I sell lashes.
Your little business.
That's my Amazon business.
Yeah.
I feel like white women are more passive aggressive. I think black women are more direct with one another. Now, we may want to dim the truth a bit. I don't think that's necessarily passive aggressive. I think we are more direct with one another, with our friend group
with
on
each other.
something.
With each other?
Yeah, like
I disagree wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Why did you do?
okay, so
Why did you?
wait, brother Hamp. What about the girlfriend that you know is messing with a no good guy? We don't dance around that, girl. You know that he's.
Sometimes we do. Sometimes you gotta leave that.
I have a
Most of the
question.
time.
I have a question for Coco. Why did you separate it by race?
About passive aggressive?
Yeah.
Because I see in work and the dynamics of the people that I work with and in the industries that I've been in, that white women tend to be more passive aggressive and black women tend to be more direct.
You're talking about the workplace?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You live in the South, right?
Mm-hmm.
I done seen a lot of redneck blonde white women.
Well, I don't work around rednecks.
I done seen them be very direct. Maybe it's just Texas and the fact that we can all carry a pistol. God bless Texas. But I've seen a lot of white women get down with each other and be very rude and be very nasty and be very aggressive. I don't see a difference.
Well, some of the industries that I've worked with is in tech and like in insurance and things like that, in mid-level to C. So there, for the most part, particularly with mid-level to VP or director level.
Oh, I apologize. I also do too. So I'm also in a white collar field. I'm in energy operations. So I'm talking about like on the larger stage outside of the workplace. I didn't seen white women get down with each other in real life.
I'm just thinking of the workplace.
Oh,
all right.
okay.
Well, let me ask y'all this question. Hit the like button. Let me ask y'all this question. Right? Y'all keep saying white women. My stomach keep turning. So, all right. Which one are you, Caressa?
Me?
Oh shit.
I would say passive aggressive.
Passive aggressive?
Mm-hmm. Like I speak with like a lower tone, but I feel like I still talk my shit when I have to.
Are you pompous?
I can be, yes.
Hey guys. Can, some, a lot. Those are all the same things.
Dios mío. Yes, Caressa's pompous. I pop my shit at times. Yes, I pop my shit. I am pompous. I am arrogant. Yes.
Okay. Krishana, what you think? If you have one?
You mean if I had to choose between them?
Not like what do you think you would come across as, if any?
How do I think? I wouldn't come across as any of those.
No, you think you have a negative disposition at all?
I think that I've had negative dispositions just depending on what the situation is. But as far as like if it was a nice, nasty or passive aggressive, I don't really operate in that manner.
What would it have been?
Oh, if I was to be passive aggressive or
you
nice,
say
nasty?
Like it could be like
ratchet,
loud. There's a few,
right?
Those
Okay, I see what you're saying. So I would probably be just based off of the definitions that I'm hearing on the panel. I would have to go back and really look up the definitions to actually give you an accurate answer. But if I had to, I could see myself being like, oh, great to see you here today, even though I really didn't want to see you. So I think that would probably be more nice, nasty, because I don't really want to see you, but I'm pretending like I do.
Okay. Coco?
Direct.
Is direct a negative?
No.
Yes, it can be, depending in the circles that you're in.
How many times do I have to get this speech?
Sorry.
Can some a
Is
lot?
direct negative? You're
Yeah, like
asking is direct negative?
yeah, like do you think that? Do you think so? What I'm asking, right? And maybe I'm doing a poor job of laying out the question. Out of the negative dispositions, right, that are stereotypically attached to black women, right? Is a black woman being direct? Is that seen as does direct isn't the angry
Yes.
black woman? That's a different thing, right?
Yes. Yes.
I don't know. Are y'all seen as direct?
Direct is seen as masculine, and therefore it's bad.
No,
Yes.
I understand what Jalen said. To clarify my question, I'm saying are black women stereotypically negatively seen as direct? You see what I'm asking? Like ratchet, ghetto, right? Loudmouth, those would be connected to you guys, right? Just based on the propaganda, right?
Mm-hmm.
The passive aggressive thing, I do agree that I've seen that from middle-aged white women overwhelmingly more. You know, the nice nasty scene, I've seen that y'all do that to each other, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So these are stereotypical things attached. I'm just asking, is direct one of those things? You see?
Yeah.
Damn, it is? Okay. Okay.
You have to be assertive to be direct. Yeah. That yeah, that's seen as
You have to be I think you have to be you damn. So direct
Because like
is assertive, I guess. Go ahead.
From
you guys ain't that assertive. That's the other thing.
From some black women that are in a position of power, like you said, that nicey or passive aggressive. Well, I think we should do this, but I mean, you did okay in this area, but maybe if you just tweak, instead of saying, "Hey, like, these are the deliverables. I would need this by this time. Why are we doing this way?" That sometimes is a negative. Well, that a lot of times, most times, can be seen negatively, especially if a black woman is speaking to that. It's seen a certain way.
Question, Coco. When you were doing the sometime, what do you characterize that as? Like what how would you what is that? How do you define that?
Passive.
Okay. Cuz that's what you do most often.
It's passive.
I don't know if you record.
Yeah.
But I thought you said you were direct. So which one, like when you break it down, what you think? Cuz you are kind of like you don't like you try to say things to where you don't trigger people. You know, like you'll say it, you'll say it out loud. How can I word this? I don't want to be too, you know what I mean? And then like even when you know where you can see it, there's a distinct difference between how Sherelle communicates and how you communicate. So that passive nature is pronounced when you're conversing with her. Not saying she's like winning. I'm just saying like because it's such a stark difference, you would be definitely considered as passive conversing with her. When Aaliyah and Sherelle were conversing last week, they're more similar. You know, they would, if I even used aggressive, like they both little as hell. They think they're aggressive, but right, I could probably give them aggressive if I had to.
Yeah. I literally picked you up, put you in a chair.
You didn't.
Like,
no, you didn't. Stop saying
I gave you a wedgie and everything.
Well, with
like,
Sherelle,
communication wise, communicatively wise, you know.
I'm trying to understand her POV. So I'm not gonna come like that to her, but I can be direct in a way where I can hear what she has to say without her shutting me down or, you know, like feeling some type of way because of the arguments and the points that she's making.
Yeah, I understand that for sure in terms of mining through something, you know. But I hear you be very like careful with what you're saying, right? And so you're like choosing your words wisely, you know. and you are thoughtful, right? Because you don't want it to come off no type of way, and all that's a great stew to have a conversation. However, it would be considered passive in terms of a conversing, And I don't even know if it's a bad thing. I think we're looking at effectiveness, but passive aggressive. Are you passive aggressive though? Because that's the negative thing.
Me? No.
Yeah. Are you
passive? No aggressive.
Are you pompous? It's a broadcast.
People see it like
Am I pompous?
Yes, ma'am.
I think I have a good estimation of myself. I think I'm very self-aware. I could be pompous. I could talk my stuff. For the most part, I don't. I don't speak about my accolades. I don't speak of what I've done. I don't speak about my achievements.
Yeah, you hit me with could, right? Could have, can't.
I don't. Have I, since I've been here, have I bragged about anything that I have or what I do or no? And honestly, I don't, because, I'm a believer and God checks me, because sometimes I feel like I do need to pop my whatever. And the Holy Spirit's like, absolutely not. You know better than anybody else here. So that's why I don't. But that's why you just, you got to sit on my shoulder, because if I was at a different point in my life, like Jay was saying, if it was maybe 10 years, 15 years earlier, you would have met a different Coco.
Okay.
That's passive aggressive. Let's just say you couldn't pick one, Coco. That's just
it would have been, because my mentality back then is, you're not gonna play me. I don't care who you are. You're not gonna play me. I will touch you with my words. I will get you together. But not now. It doesn't work.
So that's the disposition that he was talking about, right? The negative disposition of Black women. So that's why you remove yourself, because you feel like you evolved from it?
Yeah. But honestly, it was getting into the word, because it was messing me up. Like I felt, like I could challenge my husband and things like that. And it was all bad. I had to dead that. I had to, not me deading that. I had to get in the word, realize what my position was, because, that boss chick, oh, you got your degrees, and so, and you doing this, and you moving up the corporate ladder, and that's all propaganda that tears us apart.
Okay. Okay. So we getting somewhere. Jay, what you think?
Conceited, passive aggressive. I'm only pompous financially because it's factual. Like, I make more than most 2-parent households in America, so I can actually say that for a fact. So yes, I'm pompous financially. Sarcastic. Depends on the day what type of sarcasm I give. Yeah. I think I covered all my bases.
And she's mean. She's a mean girl.
Oh yeah, a lot of women find me mean because I like to be honest with them. So then I dial it back, and yeah.
So you're direct.
Y'all always telling yourselves when I start playing music. Okay, so Jalen had 2.
No, I had 4.
You were just firing them off, but I think you had 2.
Oh, well, I thought I fit all 4. My bad.
What were they again?
Condescending, passive aggressive, financially pompous, and Sherelle said mean. I'll take it.
Yeah, those are very similar, right? The pompous and condescending. That's what I'm saying.
Passive aggressive.
You said it. That's what I'm saying. Pompous, condescending, passive aggressive. Those things are they. I can see how they can be they can play off each other for sure. Because the pompous person is condescending, right? And then they kind of blow you off or haphazardly talk to you which is kind of that passive aggressive element. So I could see how those things can be related for sure. Okay. Aaliyah?
I think I'm nice nasty. I feel like I try to be like I don't hide. If I don't like something, I don't hide it. It's not hidden. I feel like it's shown on my face. I don't necessarily need to say anything. My actions speak for themselves. Um so yeah, I guess you can yeah, I think I'm not I think it's nice nasty. I just, you know, I show up when I need to show up. And if I don't like something, I don't like it. I don't need to make that everybody's problem. But if I don't like it, I don't like it. If I feel like I want to address it, I will. If I don't, I won't. Not everything needs to be addressed. So I feel like
Now,
I pick and
o-
choose.
okay, now let me ask, right? Is it nice nasty if you say it to the person in real time? You're not saying it behind their back. You're not like, oh yeah, I get you. You know, y'all be doing this hand shit and saying girl at the end of everything,
Hmm.
right? But then you're not going back and being like, yo, fuck out of here, right? You'll say fuck out of here in real time. In
So
a
are there
more,
three categories or only two?
well,
Because if there's only
see,
two, then I'm trying to pick from the two.
I don't know, because it's like this, right? Let's say I'm cool until I'm not, right? So we
Yeah.
good until we ain't, right? If you say something that I disagree with or a situation escalates, I'm going to be mean to you, right?
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, does that make that person nice nasty?
I wouldn't consider that to be nice nasty.
Oh, this one's good.
I think that's like
Are you confrontational? Okay, that might
yeah.
be that might
I'm confrontational. Like if I want to address something, I will. If I don't want to, I won't. If I don't like if I just don't. If I won't, I won't because I don't want to. I do what I want. Like I'll speak when I want to. I'll say what I have to say. I don't necessarily care about the effects of the things that I have to say. Um, yeah, and I guess that could be considered like condescending. I don't really know.
I can
I
see
get that.
that.
I get that often. Like people think I'm like condescending just because like I stand in the things that I say, and I don't like
Yeah, a
waver
lot.
from
I
that.
think. I think a lot of y'all also have a tough time conceding too.
Yeah,
Ain't that right,
like
Sugar?
oh,
I'll be right all the time, so I don't know.
You know what I mean? Were you
I
up there,
probably
Leah?
because I'd be
Oh,
wrong.
that's
yeah. No, I was just saying that I get that often, like or not even the conceding part. I feel like not everybody wants to seem like they're right or like if it's a thing to be right, people want to be right. So, like if the point is to be right, I can understand why somebody will want to be right because that's the point. Like there's a right, there's a wrong. I want to be right, so I'm not trying to concede on that. But I think there's people who make a conscious effort to like try not to or try to concede more. Like understand that they don't concede often, but try to concede more. Like try to do it more often. Like try to do it more, just so it's a balance. Like yeah, I don't always concede, but at least I'm like not unbiased, or I'm not biased to where I can't be like, yeah, I can concede to that and things of that nature.
Is it hard to tell for the ones who have a man or is friends with a man? Is it hard to say, "Babe, you're right"? Like if y'all get into an argument and you're so like in your defense of your opinion, and then it ends up being that he is right. Because sometimes it's like, oh, it gets me when my husband be right. I'm just like,
I hate some. I don't. I'll be like my fault, or I'll be like like you was right, or like like I don't be trying to say it because like who wants to be wrong, you know what I'm saying, like who wants to be
mm-hmm.
wrong. But
yeah.
I try to. I don't do it all the time. I really don't,
That's
because
that's a terrible trait. I know Caressa don't say you right.
But I try to make a, you got to try to make a conscious effort to at least like.
She just start playing reggae in the house, distracting niggas. She try to distract them. That's it. As opposed to saying he right, she just try to distract them, man. You know?
Works like a charm.
Wait, so Hamp,
He
are we
like,
introducing the third
I
category?
knew it was coming here. I thought he was gonna do Bomb Bomb Biddy.
Love it.
I said, are we introducing a third category confrontational? Like, is that the third
yeah, I
third
think that's
category?
in there. I think that's in there. Yeah.
All right,
Now
so I'm gonna
that's
go with
one.
that one.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's fair. Now, yo, deadass, that not making a concession thing, I think y'all really have a difficult time with that shit. Now, when we on a panel, damn near everybody. But I'm saying like the ladies, like I think that's one thing that we might could get something from. Like, cause y'all hate to say I'm sorry. That's a tough one.
Because y'all always think we're wrong.
And
we're not always wrong though.
Well, yeah, pretty much.
I don't say I'm sorry. I say I apologize.
I know. That's that. You gotta be humble.
I am humble. That's why I apologize. I'm not gonna say I'm sorry as if this is the last time, like this the last mistake I'm gonna ever make. No, I need you to understand I'm human and like I might make a mistake again. So I apologize. For me, I'll try not to, let that happen again. That's the most,
Yeah,
that's as best as I can get. I can't get to the I'm sorries. Like I'm
I
not
know.
begging and pleading for real.
That's self-serving though, right? You make yourself. It's more palatable to say I apologize. It's harder to say I'm sorry.
No, I just feel like it means, like I just said, I'm sorry means
more.
Yeah, like I'm sorry means I'm
So
never gonna do this again. Like I'm never gonna do this again. It's an expectation that comes with I'm sorry. It's an expectation that comes with I'm sorry.
Aaliyah, think about this. You don't say I'm sorry because you don't want to be held to account.
No, I say I apologize. You still gotta hold me accountable because I apologize.
If Aaliyah ever say I apologize to you, don't accept it.
What's that about?
Yeah, don't accept it. If you say I apologize, I'm like, nope.
Or I'd be like, my fault.
Definitely not accepting that. No. I seen a nigga shoot a nigga by accident talking about my fault. I said, God damn, my nigga.
And a girl shot a girl and said she didn't shoot her. She ran into the bullets.
Bullets
I did
plural?
not shoot you. You ran into those bullets.
Like,
bullets plural is crazy. But that'll happen. Damn. So okay, yeah, that part though, the concession, especially in a relationship, I think is important. Otherwise, like we generally, you kind of have to start ignoring the shit. Then, like if people can't concede, their opinion becomes less valid.
Facts.
In my opinion, because you never see ever, even when it's exposed, and you can't be like, oh shit, okay, I fucked that up. Right now, when I'm listening to you only seeing things from one angle, right? Even if that angle has been disproven, right? So you become less credible, So I don't know. It's interesting, man.
Often. I feel like that happens often, though.
Yeah. No, definitely. Ain't that right, Chris?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me ask y'all. Who's least likely to concede?
You didn't even ask me.
You good?
Why am I here at this point?
Who's least likely to concede on the panel?
Aaliyah.
Aaliyah?
Out of nowhere.
I disagree. I feel like it's Sherelle.
I think it's Sherelle.
I would say Aaliyah. Or Coco, one of them. I can see
right.
One of them is crazy.
Right,
they believe what they believe. And I'm gonna take my turn anyway. I don't care what Hamp is talking about. I am direct.
Oh my God.
Don't got no buttons. Can't do that.
This This is my last week on POV. Go where you appreciate it, ladies.
I think
Now,
you're direct, but you're an asshole.
yeah, I know that's what I'm saying. I'm rude, but I feel like I'm very kind, right? Because I understand that I am a judgmental person. So I overcome that with trying to be compassionate and kind to people. So I don't we want to judge. I look for understanding when it comes to certain things. And I think it's things that y'all lack understanding in. But it just I never feel it because I know the way I live my life, right? So in the way that I live my life, I'm a kind person. I'm very kind, actually. But I'm direct. I don't play with me. Like I know I have to govern myself. Everything that I overcame is because I buckled down and got myself over it. So I know how I treat myself, so I'm not gonna treat other people differently and then try to tell you it's something that is not.
Yeah, it can be it's damn near impossible to see what you're saying if they never like met you. It's
Yeah.
probably damn near impossible. But you actually like kind of meek.
But just because if I disagree doesn't mean I don't have understanding just because I might disagree.
Oh no, I just think that sometimes people just lack understanding. I'm not just talking about y'all, I'm talking about people in general. It's like this is my arena. So I'ma always be here. I think that's the reason why even in like Discord, the girls, they still be cool with me even when I say my shit on the panel, if it go against what they believe. Cause when I'm here, this is the arena. I'm the king of Fight Club. It's going to be a battle of the minds here. That's what I truly believe in. We can shake hands and we can move on, but this is a battle of the minds. We iron sharpening irons. We really trying to stick this through. So I take this serious. So I'm gonna be serious here. I'm gonna be stern. I'm gonna be direct. But I don't comment on a lot of stuff because I know it could come off rude, especially believing what I believe.
I'm usually the opposite.
What's that mean, Jay? Expound on it.
That's why she calls me mean. Because like me and her, we actually like talk. So I'm usually the one that'll be like calling shit out to her, and she'll be like, "No, I don't think it's like that," or she'll give a chance. Then if I was right, then she'll be like, "You know what? Fuck that shit. You were right." But usually she's the one giving chances.
To give people the opportunity. I don't do pile-ons. I don't need to attack people that's being like attacked. I'm never going to join a pile-on. I'm never going to allow somebody to put a battery in my back to attack somebody on behalf of them. So I do be trying to give people more leeway and understanding. But long as it doesn't, it ain't what I believe.
Yeah.
I know the walk that I walk is a tight line. This shit is hard for me, so I know it'd be hard for most people. So
are you guys? Do you guys convey? This is my last question. I know y'all getting old and tired.
That's projection, Hampton. I just want you to know that.
Now, Leah, stay tired now. Her, Jay, they be tired as hell.
I don't be telling you
tomorrow's leg day.
I just be saying I had a long day, which be true.
You be tired, girl.
I got a 7x7. I'm on days this week. Of course I'm tired.
Man,
That's your last question.
Y'all be tired, man. By the time y'all was born, man, I was in college, I think.
Oh my goodness.
You happy because you old?
You almost 50. I'm closer to 50 than I am. How that make you feel?
Good. I'm 40.
You closer to 50.
Damn, that shit crazy. 50 years for what? Well, anyway.
Fucked up. Well, no, that's not fucked up. That's good. That's a milestone.
Yeah, word is born, man. I got 10 years. So, the softness thing. This be the last thing. This is one stereotype, right? They just say y'all not soft. I often hear justification is because you didn't have the ability to be, or you didn't have the covering to be soft. Because of the circumstances which most of us come from, right? Not having a father, et cetera, et cetera. But that is a common sentiment that, black women aren't soft in a way in which is inviting and, relationship oriented and such. What y'all think?
I would agree. I feel like
Let's you know what, let's do this. What y'all think? Agree, disagree, and then we'll do the context after. Caressa?
Agree.
Krishana?
I agree.
Coco?
Generally speaking, yes.
Jay?
Agree.
Leah say yes. Really?
Don't come to me last no more. Yes.
Go ahead, Leah.
Yeah. Get ready. When you fighting that man, remember I said that.
Go ahead, Aaliyah. What you think? You said yes. Go ahead.
I said that I agree because I feel like women women have walk around with like a chip. I feel like me personally, this is my opinion. I feel like women walk around with a chip on their shoulder. So that's why they present the way we do in society because of that chip on our shoulder. Like we just feel like, everything is like stacked against us. We double minorities, specifically black women, double minorities. Everything's stacked against us. What's that quote? Most disrespected on whatever that Malcolm X quote that black women like to use often.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I just feel like we walk around with a chip on our shoulder, and that's why we present the way that we do.
Okay. Rel?
Yeah, that's what I think it is. I think Nardo Wick said he ain't never lacking. He pumped gas with his gun out. And then depending on your circumstances, you have to have your armor up, right? I think in this world, black women have to have their armor on. And when they choose to let it down, they be getting extra reasons why they need to have it up.
Okay. Jay?
Yeah, black women, I would say most black women's idea of black men has been tainted, and I would say pretty early because most of us, I didn't, but most of us have sexually interacted with men at around like 14 and stuff like that, like pretty early.
Okay.
So experiencing heartbreak with men romantically or from a father perspective changes how you view men in general. You feel like you always have to have your head on a swivel because you feel like you don't have that covering per se from a man. Therefore, you have to do it for yourself. And you can't trust him to do it because you've been let down by other men.
Okay. I understand it. Coco?
Generally speaking, yes. I think black women feel like they can't be soft, but I think that's to our detriment. I think the majority of black women who allow themselves to be vulnerable to the wrong men. Me personally, I've never been in a relationship or an encounter with a man that has gone negatively. I hold black men in the highest regard and esteem because it's all I've ever allowed to be in my circle, all I've ever been around. And when women allow themselves to be soft amongst quality men, those men protect that women. Those men don't allow bad things to happen to those women. Those men look out for those women. So I would there's just a couple of things. Black women you need to be self-aware about who you're allowing in your space, especially when you become an adult. And then softness to the right man opens the world to you. It really does. That's our power, our softness. And unfortunately, from what Jay said, circumstances where you grown up, what the media has fed is for you to be hard and for you to be the man. And that's going to just lead to chronic illnesses later on in life, you're going to see an increase in heart disease, diabetes, and cancers. It's just going to lead to a harder life for most Black women further down the road.
I mean, it shows up like that now anyways. More women are depressed.
Hold on.
Drugs.
We still gotta get Krishan in.
The reason why I agreed with the statement, I heard a pastor say this once. Some things are caught and some things are taught. So I believe that experiences do have a hand in shaping who a person is.
Okay. Caressa?
I would say Black women are in survival mode. Some not having a father, not having a man in the household, low marriage rates. I think all of that contributes to not being able to display that softness. It's not that we don't have it. It's just with all the exteriors taking place, we got to be tough sometimes. So I think that's why that conception is out there that Black women aren't soft, because we're in survival mode.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I heard this sometimes. I guess y'all just obviously don't follow instruction. That's one thing.
Here we go.
Right.
I heard this stuff a lot, right? And it's not working for us. You guys notice that?
It's not. Yes.
So to take on this disposition, right? To say, hey, I have to do these things because I'm uncovered, right? But then look at the results of showing up or emoting in that way. And we've been in this perpetual state of hell, kind of downtrodden for a long time, saying I can do bad all by myself, or I'm doing it by myself. I should be celebrated for Father's Day and Mother's Day, right? It's not working, So what type of, think about survival and think about how diametrically opposed surviving is to thriving. And so when we're in this perpetual state of surviving, right? I think our inability to thrive is largely related to that, because of that, or correlated to that, I should say. And so I just want us to just think about the things that we put so much onus in. Like we are so proud of coming from the struggle, but we continue to struggle, So I just wonder, when we take this disposition because we think we have to, but then look at the results. And I wonder, at what point do we try something different?
I mean, if you don't know any other option, you haven't seen another option, then what?
Yeah, and that's my point, Jalen. The option that you're selecting isn't working, right? And then it's the women that are 20 are saying the same thing to the women that are 30, and are saying the same thing about the women that are 40, you see? Because everybody's just operating in the same manner. So what if we maybe look at it, reassess it, and try something different, as opposed to this, I got to do it for myself because nobody will, but it's overwhelmingly not working. All right, really, get some sleep, man.
I ain't going nowhere.
That's Caressa.
Caressa old ass. I told you.
I'm young at heart.
I'm about to be up all.
Caressa, you know where you're not 40.
All right, rest.
I am. Seriously,
it's right there in both.
You are.
That. You need
born
bifocals.
86. Yeah.
Can't need bifocals. Somebody get him some bifocals.
I know the other 40 people on the panel looks really old. Yeah. But yeah, Carissa 42.
Mm-hmm. I am.
All right, rest.
Okay, 40 and up.
Beat it.
Woo-woo. Good night.
Let's see you tomorrow.
Alrighty.
What did you say?
Okay, so I got a question for you. Do you think that people are genuinely concerned about the plight of the Black woman and her trauma or the things that she's been through? Or do you think that it's more of a, who cares, get over it, get in line?
Get in what line?
Like in line with what the dominant people think is going to be the solution.
No, I don't know. I think they're concerned about the plights. They're about as concerned as the women are for themselves. And so when you look at how women are treating themselves, how they're showing up, right? Do they look like they're concerned about the plights they have?
I think they're just
I would
suffering
argue
from
no.
them.
What 100%, but I think they what do they know? Well, one, do they know they're in a plight? Or are they playing into it by saying the things that we often say? And if so, people are willing to perpetuate their plights. It doesn't look like they're concerned. So then we expect an expectation that we don't have from ourselves, from others.
Right. So what I'm saying is like we're not gonna like I feel like when we talk about the women who have been victims, what we like to talk about is what about the women that haven't?
We're not talking about the women that have been victims. We're talking about the circumstances that we grow up in.
I'm saying the circumstance that we're growing up in is like it's leaving them in a state of victimhood.
Okay, well then I got you. Let just interject this. It's moot then, because the men grow up in the same circumstance,
And the men aren't what?
not thriving,
That's what I'm saying.
barely
So if we
surviving.
so if we keep dismissing people's experience and just telling them to get over things that we haven't experienced, is that the way that we should be going? Because
No.
that seems to be the disconnect.
Okay. Well, no, but I wasn't saying that. I'm saying that how we're choosing to do things and the things that we give so much like power to, that we're so proud of, we're still staying perpetually downtrodden. So we need to assess and accept maybe a different ideology to get a better result. I'm just saying how we moving now ain't working. I'm not saying that just build a bridge. I'm saying the bridge got to be the one that makes sense.
Okay, so it's like we're in this stalemate.
It's actually what's the somebody we're losing, right? So the stalemate is like we're stuck in the middle, like with the swords, but our feet are sliding though.
But the solution is each other. The solution, like Sherelle, not to we shouldn't diminish anything that anyone has gone through. But like Hamp said, and I think the theme throughout this conversation tonight is that shouldn't be the reason why we stay in the place that we're at, because we all have gone through something. And just because certain people have not talked about it or displayed it doesn't mean that they haven't gone through it. So the thing is, I respect what you've gone through. You respect what I've gone through, and let's work together. That's the issue, is that we're not giving each other enough grace to work with one another to push through and do better, meaning building families, getting married, raising children,
Yeah, and this part I want to add this, and Jalen, you got the floor. We also always talking about what we've been through, right? We always let the one bad day overshadow the good 30 ones, right? We never talk about the things that we have common ground on that are positive. We building off of who struggled the most, right? Who did the most grimy shit? Who was the most gangster, right? That's the person with clout. You see, we backwards in a lot of shit. Go ahead, Jalen.
I think I lost it. Dang.
I thought I was old.
I lost it.
I think it's I think the one thing we didn't talk about the disposition is it's just it's a lack of respect. And I would just say this is coming from 95% of us, right? We don't respect people who don't see the world the way we see it. And we let our non-respect turn into hatred and ostracization. I believe this, you shouldn't be that way, so I'm not going to respect you, and I'm going to ostracize you for the way that you want to live your life, because I don't believe that's the right way.
No, I'm not overwhelmingly opposed to that though.
But that's not how women interact with each other, or are supposed to. I think I don't think we're supposed to interact with each other that way. We're communal people. We don't want to ostracize each other. We try everything in our power to keep each other bonded rather than try to like separate everybody and do. Generally, that's what I feel like most women try to do.
Okay. Yeah, and I think we've seen an issue with that. Jalen, I think what I'm saying is like you guys should ostracize the adulteress.
Yeah.
As a like a direct example.
Okay, so we're all non-virgins, and I'm pretty sure
Adulterous.
before marriage. Oh,
Specifically.
okay, so you're talking about a 304. Got it.
No,
No, we're
no,
talking
no,
about
no.
a wife who's having sex with
Oh,
another
you're talking about the
man. That's what we're
biblical
talking
sense. Oh
about.
my God, yeah. I forgot.
No, I'm not even calling God. I ain't talked to him. I talked to him 2
I
hours ago.
am. I did. I did.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll let him know you said, "Oh my God," but I'll tell you what he said.
I got a direct line. We all pray.
I don't know. I checked his phone book yesterday.
Okay.
So,
Hey, you.
but yeah, I'm saying adulteress. Yeah, that's what I'm saying specifically.
I
Right.
mean, I feel like y'all jump to that example all the time, but
No,
like
I'm giving you something that tangible that we can grasp. But like, that's the person that should be ostracized.
sure
But
that's
Jesus
it.
said we shouldn't.
I'm saying
Right?
you guys, you ain't Jesus. Right?
I'm just saying, but Jesus said we shouldn't. Like when they wanted to stone the
Nah.
lady for her sins, he literally let them know, like if you
She's
without
an
sin,
adulteress. He told her, "Go and sin no more." Right?
yeah.
No
Yeah.
more.
So,
But I'm
Yes.
saying
yeah.
the reason
So,
why he didn't let them stone her is because they were not free of sin. So if we're
yeah.
not free of sin, we should not be casting
They didn't
judgment.
understand. They didn't understand grace, right? A lot of those Pharisees and Sadducees that were in that particular moment didn't even understand that he was the Christ, right? So he came to give us
Exactly.
grace specifically. So he gave that lesson because he's starting to implement grace, when he came, right? Because remember, the old law was the old law. She should have died, right? She literally was supposed to die in that moment. You see, so he was implementing grace. But I'm not trying to I understand your point. I'm just saying, you guys as a community, right? If she's gonna operate like that and ignore the no more part, then I think it would behoove you guys to ostracize that because we know 2/3 are right. You see what I'm saying? So at a point we know that that's gonna happen. I'm just saying to protect one another, you have to ostracize us if somebody's willing to do that to you. That's all.
So what happened to
And also
bearing one
narrows the
another's
path, right?
what happened to bearing one another's burdens? What happened to that?
What do you mean?
Well, that's within the church. And bearing with another's burden is showing each
I
other
feel like
grace.
we should just not
Hey,
go down ideology
cool,
because
fine.
it's not.
Yeah,
Y'all,
I'm
we
not,
gotta
and
have
that's the thing.
sense.
I'm not going down ideology. That's why I said particularly a woman that is willing to sleep with your husband, right, in a community is a person that is dangerous to have around, right? And
Got it.
so, as an example, that's a person that you probably, if you had to ostracize, that would be that. You see?
Now
That's
that
all I'm
y'all
saying.
now that y'all defined it, I thought y'all were just talking about a regular old 304. Cool. Yeah, we got ostracize her. She's gonna try to fuck your man. Get rid of her.
But that's
Cool.
very important, though,
But
right? Like, that's very
We
important.
should
but that
ostracize hoes too, though. You don't think so?
then we would all be ostracized depending on a man's
Except
definition.
me and Coco.
Don't talk to
So
me. Talk to Callie. Callie, the one that said if
Y'all
you
the
got
ones
more
fucking
than
out in wedlock. Y'all gonna burn for that shit.
Callie
But if we,
said, if you got more than 4 bodies.
I ain't got more than 4 bodies,
I'm just
so
telling you
I
what Callie
know. Like I
said.
said,
Because
I don't
Jalen
fit
said a
into none of
dude
these
said it.
parameters
Callie
y'all
said it.
got.
That's all.
well,
I'm just
Callie,
saying
a
I don't
dude,
follow
a
none of
cat,
the
a
parameters
dog, a
y'all got. That's
lamppost,
why I think we
somebody
need
said
to
it.
leave the ideology because some of our ideologies are very strict and it's not
Yeah,
gonna
we're
be
not, we're
friendly.
not, we're not on ideology. We don't even have to belabor it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We just saying Jalen's saying if the hoes gotta go, ain't nobody
Yeah.
gonna be there.
That's
Nobody
that's
gonna be
all I'm
there.
saying. All I'm saying is him is that we want God to run out of grace the moment He dropped it on our ass. The moment that we sat there and was in the world for years, for eons, doing the wrong shit, but we thought God better not run out of grace before we get saved, before we find the truth. But then we want to run
True.
out of grace when it comes to other people. I don't believe in that. God got way more grace than what we think He has.
But
We
you're
can't put limitations on it.
now what it is though. Now you're saying this, right? But nobody disagrees. But also the sin no more part is uberly important, right? So nobody's ignoring the grace part at all. But we know faith without works is dead. Okay, we know that grace runs out, right? Pursuant to Hebrews 10, we know that shit. You can't just willfully sin. We know that, right?
Right.
So you know that I'm talking. If we were talking about ideology, those people who don't give a fuck.
He
You got
muted
You muted.
himself. He did it on purpose.
You did it on purpose? No, you didn't, because
Oh,
it's
now
not.
you're unmuted and we still
Now,
It's disconnected. It hooked to my phone.
Nope.
now you okay.
Okay.
No sound. No sound.
Mm-mm.
Oh yeah, my mic went out.
Okay, we can hear you. Oh,
No, I just have a question. So y'all don't think we should ostracize like the people that perpetuate the stereotypes that we try to run from every day? Or like not run from, but like try to, change every day. Like we shouldn't ostracize those people that
Like
are the
what?
definite.
if they're not
Like
willing to change, yeah, they
people
should
like
be
Sexy
out.
Red. Like you know who Sexy Red is, right? Like shouldn't we ostracize people like her?
I think she's ostracized to the women that think like her. I think that's automatic. I don't think most of us are in community with Sexy Reds, are we? No.
I
I
don't think
It's
see
automatic.
I see like a lot of black women championing like Sexy Red and like, buying the
Cardi
lip
B.
gloss with all the STD names and things of that sort, bumping the music, Pound Town, Coochie Pink, that whole brown. Like we've seen all of that be
Let me
championed
ask
in
you let me
society.
ask you a question, Aaliyah. If you
Yeah.
put up your Spotify list right now,
I don't listen to Sexy Red.
I'm not talking about Sexy Red.
Okay.
Your all-encompassing Spotify, does it include sexual innuendos, drugs, killing, any of that?
Yes, but I feel like she's like overly
All of that is
explicit.
egregious behavior.
No, I feel like it's a spectrum. So like we can't get rid of music in its entirety, like unless
Right.
like we have a purge. But like
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we do have like we can control who like we champion in like our communities and stuff like that. Like the people we champion in our communities. I definitely think we have control of that. Ever since Sexy Red, like I'm using Sexy Red specifically because
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel well when I compared the music like a female rap,
Mm-hmm.
she's very vulgar. And don't get me wrong, it's explicit in nature. They talk about sex and things of that nature. Like I understand that, but I
Mm-hmm.
feel like it's just so like I feel like she's just an extra step further than the regular like normal stuff. Like I said, just the lip gloss with the names, the gonorrhea and things of that nature. Like I just feel like it's
Mm-hmm.
extreme. So when I'm just speaking to like extreme examples like
Wait a
Sexy Red,
minute.
like shouldn't we ostracize those like people like that perpetuate the ratchet stereotypes that we try to move away from?
Sure. I agree with that. However, I feel as though people use Sexy Red and Cardi B because it's an easy cop out. Because if we compare your playlist to a nun or a Jehovah Witness or the Amish, they gonna call you egregious and possibly evil or you a witch and tell you to get out of they community real fast in a hurry. So I feel as though we like to use this spectrum as an excuse instead of looking at our own stuff and being like, how can I change what I listen to, what I support, instead of trying to push it on everybody else because they listen to Sexy Red and you may listen to, I don't know, somebody less egregious, but they still make egregious music.
But wouldn't we want to start somewhere though? Like I feel like if we're gonna do the whole like if we're gonna like make these claims, I feel like you have to start somewhere.
The
Like just
extreme
because
is
it's
easy.
not,
I'm saying the extreme is easy. You need to start with yourself.
but like just because it's easy doesn't mean we shouldn't do it at all.
I feel like you're avoiding addressing your own issues by saying we need to deal with the extreme. You need to address you. And then we could deal with the extremes because the extremes are external of you. You just acknowledge that you listen to sexual innuendos, drugs, killing, all of that. That's all horrible behavior. You shouldn't be consuming that if you believe
Right.
what you just said. So I think it
Right. No,
starts
I
with the
agree. Like, I
music.
don't, for me, like, if you pull up my playlist, I don't listen to like drill music. Um, I don't like that's just me personally. Like what you're saying, I do, which is why I feel like when I bring up this topic, that's why I'm asking it. Like, I try, like, some people make a conscious effort. Well, not some, well, I don't know. I don't know if it's majority, minority. I don't know. So I can't give you that
Yeah,
hint. I'm sorry. I
slow
don't
it
know.
down, slow it down.
Like,
We don't
I
even.
don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know
no,
if it's
that's
majority
what
or minority.
I'm saying.
So,
Slow, just slow it all the way down.
okay.
Jalen's saying these are artists, right? They
Mm-hmm.
get paid to pump this shit out. You don't make a dime,
Mm-hmm.
and yet you blast it amongst the airways and the speakers, singing the lyrics and etc. You correct that behavior. These artists have nobody to sell their music
They
to.
die.
No, I agree with her. I don't disagree. I feel like we should be able to do both though, is what I'm saying. Like, I agree that we should start with ourselves, but
Mhm.
we you gotta do both though.
That's not
Because
how.
that's what y'all said. Y'all said we don't shouldn't just look at the individual and just, try to separate ourselves and try to do things like that's what y'all said. So if we're not gonna do the separation thing, don't we have to both simultaneously work on
No,
ourselves and the community at the same time?
Yeah, we
no.
can separate.
This is the corrective behavior that we alluded to. So you correct your behavior, the artist doesn't exist.
Okay.
You see, the artist disappears by proxy of people correcting their behavior. Don't just tell me you're gonna separate, do the separating and watch what happens to the sexy reds of the world. That's all. It makes
You
sense.
know, I definitely agree with that. I don't disagree with that at all. I
Word
think
is
you
wrong.
definitely should start with yourself.
Yeah.
Um,
You had your hand up, Krishana?
I did, but I think you might have answered it
Go ahead.
previously. But I'll mention it anyway. I don't necessarily have a disagreement or interjection with the ladies that have spoken.
Sure.
But I did have a question in regard to with the ostracizing. Are we trying to win them over to our side before we kick them out, or are we
Yeah.
just kicking? Okay,
Yep.
so we are. Okay, that's
Yeah,
and I think you
100%.
said
That's
that. So
yeah. That's
yeah,
why that is perfect in is that Matthew 8, right?
I
Where to
think it might.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where it says go and sin no more. That is
Right.
uberly important,
Right.
right? And the fact that that nigga was sorry, Jesus, right? I know y'all don't refer to him like that, right? He's standing there chilling, right? They set her up to get stoned. He ain't saying shit. They said, "Yo, how the Christ, what you think? How many of y'all niggas is blemishless, right? How many of y'all are blameless, right? Big deep ass voice, big ugly strong nigga, right? And then he tell her what not to do, right? So pretty simple. That I like that story actually.
I do too. It's a good story.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think people who haven't um been introduced to the truth, I don't like I'm taught that they're not necessarily underneath the thumb like we are who are in the truth. Once we know and we start and once we found grace and we dismiss grace, we're supposed to get ostracized. We get this fellowship. You will get put, and you have to repent. Like once you're saying that you're in repentance, but ignorant people are just in bliss. They're lost sheep. That's why you have HAMPs. That's why you have people that's supposed to be on the streets because there's so many people who don't know. That's why the men go out there every day to go and find the lost sheep. So I don't think life is more about ostracizing the lost sheep. It's really about correcting yourself. So you will just get corrected when we're talking about, oh, let's go ostracize the evil. There will always be evil. The Most High created evil and put the evil in the world. You can't take it out. It's
Yeah.
not that. You're supposed to correct yourself. That's your milk. You trying to save the world is meat. It's not your job. It's not your place. So we're supposed to be correcting ourselves and hoping that the men who are out there on them street corners are catching the sheep because they lost.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, yeah, 1,000%. I think that's a good addition, Krishana. Like literally, most of our people have no clue. You know, and this is no shot at anybody, especially the ones that think they do. Those are probably the most difficult to say. Okay, well let me show you this, then that, then this, then that, then justify this, reconcile this with that, and then
Mhm.
you know. They be like, man, all y'all do is study that. But well, kinda, yeah. Because if I can't give you a book, chapter, verse of what I'm saying, is it real?
Yeah.
You know, and then the speed of it too. Like if I can give you a book, chapter, verse off the top of my head, people are like, holy shit! Like there have been brothers who come over literally like, how do y'all do that shit? And they, like things can be impressive to people, right? They don't have any context, but you're just like, how do you know that so fast? So it's a lot. But it's good though. It's good. But yeah, we're not throwing people away that don't know no better. That don't make sense.
Yeah.
People
we're called to be
struggling.
disciples, right?
Yeah.
We're called to disciple.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you have to try to help people, right? I'm just saying when people don't do the no more part, okay, all right, now you're a detriment to this thing here, right? Especially after you know the truth. Now we got to make a different decision with you. So yeah, man. Damn, man. Oh, my bad. That was the wrong button. I was in the
Now we
wrong.
gay. That's crazy.
Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, man. Hit that like button right now if you can. It helps send the most, man. Appreciate y'all. Yo, Red Pill Ranger was popping with the $5. Says, men, why are you masculine? Black women, my mom, my dad, my childhood, my job, my drama, my partners, everything but myself. Laugh my ass off. Always someone else's fault. That's funny. The world ends Monday with the $2. Says, who you are is void. Show us who you want to be. Into it with the $5. I apologize is the act of saying you are sorry. You have not apologized. Hakeem with the $5 says Eve didn't even apologize after eating that damn apple.
We don't know if it's an apple.
Exactly. So I apologize should be enough.
Was it a Granny Smith?
I think it was.
I apologize should get. It should get to the point. You should understand exactly what I'm saying.
I would have preferred like a mango or a pear.
It was her not listening to her damn husband. That was the poison.
I'm just being funny.
I don't actually recall it mentioning the type of fruit.
No, it's definitely yeah.
Pineapple.
It was a fruit. But
I would have ate a pineapple.
The fruit was we'll do that one day. Callie Bev with the $5 says nice/nasty is being insulting in a nice tone, being indirect, if you will. See, Callie, I think we got a little bit better examples. This is the passive aggressive thing, in my opinion. I kind of like how we defined out nice nasty. Matter of fact, last time Callie was defining shit. So Congo with the $5 says Aaliyah, damn, HAMP, wrong again. Nah, Aaliyah straight.
What?
Because we were talking about what trait might you have. The world ends Monday with the $5 says, what is when they tell the friends they would never mess with a certain man, but he comes over at night? They just be lying. Congo with the $5 says, Caressa, so I was wrong about her. Okay. Congo with the 20 ball says,
I like that shit, folks.
Yeah, and Caressa, appreciate the jargon and semantics. Continue. Hit the like button, man. Krishana, good shit today, man. Any final thoughts?
You know what? As always, it's great to have a meeting of the minds, and I just pray y'all have a blessed night and get some real good sleep.
Yes, man.
Yes.
Sure. Damn, man. Thank you. Coco.
HAMP, you killing me, Smalls. I have leg day tomorrow. My trainer is not going to be kind, but great panel. And I love it where we can have conversation and go back and forth and then not be, like we all have different points of views here. We all can clearly articulate it and stand our ground. And I appreciate all the women on this panel. And I love it that me and Sherelle could have that back and forth, and it was fine. It was all good.
Yeah, no, 100%, man. Watching paint dry and that back and forth was amazing.
I like that shit.
No, I'm not giving it to you. I'm not giving you the.
I don't want the fight. I just want the speed. The speed. But it was good though. It was good. Oh, Jalen, what you think, man?
Good show. And yeah.
Right. Thanks for nothing. Crazy.
What? You wouldn't let me say that I would have ate a pineapple if I was Eve, so
Pineapple would have been too much
feel
work.
discouraged.
You ain't have a knife. You had to bite through it. You didn't have a knife. You had to bite. You had to bash it on a rock or something.
Yeah.
You would have missed. You would have lost half the juice. That's the good thing about a fresh pineapple, man. I don't like too much slicing and dicing, man. You know, yo, watermelon too. I only eat watermelon off the rind. I don't like when it's cut because all the juice done fell off
with the seed in it.
Yeah, you gotta eat the seeds. Yeah, I eat the seeds too, man.
Have you planted some watermelon?
Hell no.
Oh, my husband loves to plant. It's the best when
Does
you grow it.
look like a gardener to you? Look at that man.
Man, that's crazy.
Not look like he got a green thumb.
He did plant a seed. Then his seed multiplied.
Just by looking at it. You just kill it. Just by looking at the plant.
Man.
He definitely be planting seeds. He had to go get a vasectomy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know what?
That's it. Sperm, easy peasy.
It looked like a watermelon, but then it was chug and nori.
Big chug,
you know
man.
what I'm saying? Nova. You know.
Hey Jalen, you should see them, man. They eat the rind, like they eat all the way down to the white part. Wait, remember we was taught that you're not supposed to eat it, but that's the most healthy part.
Wow.
Is the white part.
They used to tell us stuff like we swallowed the seeds of watermelon was gonna grow in our stomach.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember that.
Dumbest in the world, man. Aaliyah, what you think, man?
I think this is a good panel. I think it's an eye opener. You know, you just hear the things you hear and you take them for what you take them as, and you process them and let it proceed into life. I had a great time. I am a little tired though, so maybe age is catching up to me. I don't know.
Oh my god, you're a young thing.
When I be saying I'm young, they don't, you know what I mean? They don't want me to be young, so you know I gotta play into the getting older thing. So I'm getting older, my bones are starting to hurt.
Y'all got glasses too.
Can't see, back hurting, knees hurting.
You need glasses, him.
Nah, I see well. I just had a physical, matter of fact. He said my shit was 2015 still.
Why you
not
be
2020,
why you be
2015?
bribing your doctors? I swear to God. Like,
how tall they said you were?
I'm healthy as shit, man.
How tall they said
Your cholesterol, your blood sugar, your triglycerides.
Yeah, like yo, I'm real. Like,
y'all can hear me?
Even my father, right? Like, yo, my mom be like, my mom be like, I don't think this nigga gonna die.
How tall they said you was?
What you mean? I'm taller than you. That's the key.
Man, what's your height, man?
He had on his New Balances. That's what happened, Sherelle. He had
Nah,
on
man.
New Balances.
You know he got them little things in the back of his heel too.
I was in there. I was in there. All my numbers, all my vitals was right. Only thing he said is that my heartbeat is abnormal. That's all.
So you're not gonna tell us how tall he said you was?
Arrhythmia?
They don't even tell me. Nah, it's not. He said it's not arrhythmia. So he said like
you got that they didn't tell you.
Tell you how tall you was. Do you know that it's like mandatory that I have physicals every 2 years, right? I know they hided your ass.
Yeah. Well, how tall are you?
Taller than you.
You're not taller than me. So how tall are you?
1 inch over whatever I say. I'm 6 foot.
No, you ain't.
Lord.
I'm 6 foot.
So he just said that, you know, how heart goes like this. He said mine goes like this. That makes sense. So, you know, everybody's mine is like this and then goes like this.
Did he recommend an EKG or like a?
I got an EKG because for the fight, but he did recommend me to go see a cardiologist. But he said that I'm still cleared though, just based on all this stuff.
So he thinks
just
he's like a murmur or something.
Yeah, valve something type of. He said there might be something hard, but my cholesterol was good. All my vitals was good. heart, whatever, all the shit they put on your arm. Yeah, man. 2K with the $10 effect.
Oh, I was about to say no high blood pressure. You got 12 kids.
No high blood pressure. He said I'm dehydrated though. And he said I might be stressed. So
Really? Really? Who would have thought?
2K in the building with the $10. Affection fades faster than authority. 2K with the $10 says people stay where they feel valued, but they behave where they feel consequences. Damn, man, he's starting a topic for tomorrow night already. Marcus with the $2 says, good show tonight, everyone. Have a good night. Thank you, my brother. Relly, any final thoughts?
It was a really good show today. I appreciate the conversation with Coco and for staying respectful, even though it bored him, but
he just want us to. I know what he be wanting. It's cool.
Mm-mm.
He just want us to talk. He just want us to talk faster, and he wants you to talk faster, and he want me to talk shorter.
Yes,
I'm a slow talker. I am a slow talker,
and I ramble. So he be like,
Nah, it was good. It was good. Yeah, but yeah. Sherelle will make her point redundant, and then
I'm very
Coco
redundant.
has a very
unbelievable.
I'm playing a game.
Cash games. Yeah, I want Relly to be concise.
I knew she was on Candy Crush or something.
Coco, you know what it is? You want to speak in a way in which we can get 90-second clip from it.
Got it.
It's almost like being thoughtful about speaking in virility, if that makes sense. So when it's your turn, and not just for you, just for everybody, when it's your turn, kind of boom, 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 boom. And that's a thing like, damn, Callie clipped that right there. So it's a thing, right? And I'll be thinking about it, especially as I've been a panelist more, because I'm like never ever a panelist, like ever, never. And I speak kind of like boom, 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 and then I'm done. Because I know you could take that and clip that.
You speak in bullet points.
Thank you for the tips, producer.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I speak in like a bullet point. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be listening to what they saying, and I'm like, huh? No. This. I'm done. Yep, for sure, man.
Not everybody know how to do that.
Y'all will get it though. Y'all got the skill for it. That's for damn sure.
Willing and capable.
And I love your dog in the back. So precious.
Him? He's a baby. But he's I think he's like 110 pounds. But he's 10 months.
Oh my, wow.
Yeah, his dad was 220. So he's a Borbal. It's like a Mastiff.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, like a Pressure Canary. What's the popular one? Like Bull Mastiff. You probably heard of that one. So he's the top end of those of the Mastiffs. Yeah, he's they're from South Africa, I think. So I think they made to contend with like the Lions. I don't think they could take it, but fended off a couple of them. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Relly, any final thoughts? Look at Aaliyah.
I thought I just gave my final thoughts. I did.
My bad. Oh, I'm holding us up? Okay, my fault.
He's got onset dementia. Please end the show.
I'm going to tell you this, man. Fellas.
He got all the old jokes.
Fellas, this is for y'all, man. If you didn't listen to anything else, listen to this. If one nigga can hold you down, two niggas can rape you. All right, get your ass in the gym, fellas.
I like that shit, folks.
That's the second time you said that today.
I forgot to say it.
Wow. Do you have the wow?
Wow.
Yeah, they know it.
Isn't that true though?
So we need to get our asses in the gym, fellas. I'm telling you, we had the coward conversation too often. We got to figure it out. And 2K just sent me something. We're gonna have fun tomorrow evening. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Be safe and do the right thing, man.
Peace out.
Like, share, wait, what you say?
I said peace out.
Wait, did I mess it up?
No, you go. Keep going. I started
Aaliyah
saying my
messed me
part.
up.
Oh
Then
my
like, share,
god.
subscribe. Come on.
I love
Change the
y'all. I
room.
appreciate y'all. Be safe and do the right thing, man. Like, share, subscribe.
Tell
Tell
a
a friend
friend to
and tell
tell
a
a
friend.
friend. And we out.
We out.
Bye.
Bye.
Women's POV, a place to be heard. When it's POV, I need a word with my girls. When it's POV, Tuesday nights trying to get it right. It's just real point of views from real women's lives. Women, ladies, put the kids to bed and pull up a seat. We don't judge, come up, just say what's up before you speak. Tuesday night, this night, this might be risky every week. So let your head down, pour the wine up and get ready for the tea. It's a different outlook, trying to find out what is missing. DJ HAMP gon' let you cook to edify and not to burn down the kitchen. Relationships, kids, new women just want, don't judge. Girl, we listening, don't judge. Yeah, girl, we listening, don't judge. Cause girls just wanna fight and women just wanna have fun. Women's POV, I need a word with my girls. Women's POV, Tuesday nights trying to get it right. It's just real point of views from real women's lives. Nah.